a Federal Correction Institute in Tallahassee, Florida. So we would expect that the Deputy Attorney General would travel down there to meet with her. I would assume that her lawyer obviously will also be present for that meeting. And the Deputy Attorney General also released a statement saying that they're going to figure out what she has to say and what she wants to tell them.
Todd Blanche used to be President Trump's personal attorney, although the president said he didn't know anything about the meeting.
Another major automaker says President Trump's tariffs are creating big financial issues. CBS's Jim Krasula.
General Motors says its second quarter profits dropped by more than a third because of Trump administration tariffs. The automaker says it will take a $1.1 billion hit because of Mr. Trump's tariffs. Automakers Stellantis and Volvo have both said recently that the tariffs will each cost them more than $1 billion.
The U.S. imposed 25% tariffs on imported finished cars in early April. Auto companies have also been impacted by tariffs on imported steel and aluminum and auto parts.
Free burgers are just one win away. George Webb Restaurants once again giving away free burgers if the Brewers win tonight. It would be their 12th straight victory.
The folks at George Webb are either getting nervous or excited, or both.
I think it's both. Yeah, we're nervous and excited, but what a great time to be a Brewer fan.
George Webb's VP Ryan Stamm tells Wisconsin's Morning News they'd be proud to offer up the free burgers.
It's something our founder George Webb did since the late 40s with the Braves, and it continued to kind of resonate with us. And, we're huge baseball fans and love the Brewers, and I think it's something that it's part of who we are.
George Webb's will announce more details only if they win tonight. Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
And The Miz is on the mound tonight for the Brewers. The Miz and free meat. Boy, that could go together very nicely.
I can't wait to have the best record in Major League Baseball, and can we just speak it into existence to get free burgers? That'd be fabulous.
I love the idea. Adam McCalvey will join us coming up at 12:15 from Seattle. More on the Brewers coming up. Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. A mixed bag here. The Dow is up about 60 points at 44,340. NASDAQ is off about 100 today at 20,876. S&P 500 is bouncing back and forth, currently 6 points in the red at 62.99. What does the one big beautiful bill mean for your taxes and for your retirement? Join Annex Wealth Management for a free webinar. It's on Wednesday, July 23rd. That's tomorrow at noon. Get up to speed fast and head to annexwealth.com.
Packers training camp begins tomorrow. We're looking ahead. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:05.
News sponsored by LE Mental Health. Visit lementalhealth.com. Now here's your Mental Health Minute.
The Mental Health Minute.
To better understand yourself and live a more fulfilling life, maintaining mental health is essential. It's every bit as important as your physical health. I'm Kelly from LE Mental Health. If you're worried about cost holding you back, please be aware insurance can and should pay for mental health therapy. The barriers to mental health treatment inspired owners Lisa and Jacob to start LE Mental Health. Our therapists are real people who, like you, have hard days too. They have lots of experience in disordered eating, grief, mood disorders, children and families, substance use disorders, trauma, and more. LE Mental Health's directors, myself and Dawn, are licensed clinical social workers with over 30 years of combined experience. Our therapists address what most don't. The elephant in the room is different for everyone. Let us help you find a therapist you can vibe with and take the first step on your path to improved mental health.
This has been the Mental Health Minute. Get started on your mental health journey today at elementalhealth.com.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority. They are your premium provider for eye care and corrective eye surgeries. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. Dr. Nausheen Abbas joined the Holtebeck Eye Center team last September, and her practice philosophy is to provide patient-centered medicine by giving all options. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol. Learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
As host of the Fix-It Show, I've talked to countless homeowners worried about musty basements, water seepage, and foundation cracks. And my answer is always the same. Call Accurate Basement Repair. They're not just Wisconsin's #1 rated foundation and waterproofing team. They deliver real peace of mind. I've recommended them for years because I know the quality of their work. And more importantly, the integrity behind it.
Wow, we're grateful for that trust, David. Every home we restore, we treat like our own. And that's what Accurate is all about.
They're not just good, they're accurate.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The best record in baseball belongs to the Milwaukee Brewers.
Each and every day you come to the field, it's like your mind doesn't want to go, well, when's it going to stop? I think we're in a spot now where we're continuing to play good baseball. Hope to keep it going, but yeah, it's been fun. I just want to blend in and be a part of it.
It's Brewers starter Brandon Woodruff. He picked up the win last night in Seattle, so the Brewers go for 12 in a row tonight with Jacob Mizorowski on the mound. Coverage gets underway at 8:05. We'll go to Seattle and talk with Adam McCalvy, Brewers.com writer for MLB.com, coming up in about 10 minutes. And Packers training camp gets underway Wednesday and open to the public practice beginning at 10:30. Packers and offensive lineman Zach Tom agreed to terms on a 4-year, $88 million contract extension.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, and just like that, the crash that I was going to tell you about in Milwaukee County has cleared. How about that? Great news to start things off. We do have a couple disabled vehicles out in the system, though. I-94 East at Wisconsin 164, that's the County J area. The right shoulder is blocked because of a car that's broken down. And if we travel up to Washington County, US 45 North at Wisconsin 145, right shoulder is blocked because of a car that's broken down.
Mostly sunny, warmer today, a high of 81 degrees. Some clouds tonight and a low of 71. The heat really rolls in on Wednesday. Sunny, very hot and humid, slight chance for some rain, mainly to the north. High of 95 degrees, heat index up to 108. Very similar story on Thursday. In fact, that extreme heat watch goes into effect Wednesday morning and runs through Thursday evening for all of southeastern Wisconsin. Friday, we cool back down a little bit with a high of 83 under partly sunny skies. 76 and sunny in Milwaukee at 12:09.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
Well, we have got a packed show coming up here on Wisconsin's Midday News. Hang with us. In fact, in this first hour alone, we've got Adam McCalvy. He's in Seattle. Biggest thing right now is the Milwaukee Brewers going for free burgers.
Burgers.
And they have eclipsed the Cubs for first place in the NL Central and also own the best record in baseball 100 games into the season. Pretty amazing stuff. We're going to do Adam coming up here at 12:15 because Mark Murphy, outgoing Packers president and CEO, is going to join us at 12:35. His last day on the job here is the day of the Packers shareholders meeting on the July 25th date. So I don't know if there's catering, if they bring in subs or what they do. Does he get to pick the lunch meal for his final day? Is there some vacation time that he's just kind of contributing toward the end of his tenure?
That is coming up quickly, coming up on Friday, and it's the end of an era for him.
Very much so.
The Packers and fans.
Pretty amazing. He presided over the retirement/unretirement of Brett Favre, the transition between Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers, firing of Mike McCarthy, and so much more. Plenty to discuss with Mark Murphy.
It's now at noon on Wisconsin's Midday News.
U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is at the EAA's Air Venture Show up in Oshkosh right now. We're just about 20 minutes away from Duffy making a major announcement with the Federal Aviation Administration. The FAA administrator will join him. The communications director for the EAA, Dick Napinski, joined us on Wisconsin's Midday News on Monday, and he revealed what he knows about the big announcement.
His office has told us that they are looking to make a major announcement regarding general aviation and things that, GA pilots might want to hear about. So we're eager to learn what he might be bringing to us.
The U.S. Department of Transportation tells us the FAA will remove some restrictions that will unleash innovation within the small plane sector of aviation. That announcement is set for 12:30 today.
Well, Target is ending a policy that allowed customers to match prices with its competitors. You know that deal? You go up to the counter and say, hey, would you do a price match? I saw this for a little cheaper on Amazon or at Walmart. Well, why are they doing this? Beginning July 28th, they're no longer going to do such a thing. More from ABC's Janai Norman.
While most retailers have ended price matching over the years, some still do, including Best Buy, Home Depot, and Lowe's. This comes as Target is struggling with a sales slump at its nearly 2,000 stores in the U.S. An ongoing boycott of Target dramatically impacting foot traffic and sales in stores. The company missing its first quarter revenue estimate and cutting its full year outlook, also citing tariffs as a contributing factor.
Yeah, Target's facing a bunch of issues here. Shoppers are increasingly prioritizing value and basics, which has benefited Target's competitors. Customers also reporting a decline in the quality of the shopping experience. Product selection, store upkeep, customer service all roll into that. So price matching with other retailers is off the table, but if prices are lower on Target.com than they are in store, customers will get the lower price. So in other words, Target will continue to match prices with itself.
Have you ever gone in and tried to do a price match at Target?
So not at a Target. I did it once at Best Buy, and I must have been 15 years old. And Circuit City down the road, that store doesn't even exist anymore, and I haven't been to a Best Buy in forever. Thank goodness there's Flanner's. But back in the day, I did go in there. I don't remember what I bought, a Discman or something like that. And it was like $6 cheaper at Circuit City, so Best Buy gave me the deal.
I've never gone and tried to price match Amazon at Target, but there was one time I did do it with Target.com because I happened to be looking and I saw something online that I liked, and I just decided not to get it online and get in the store instead, not thinking the price would be any different. But then I realized it was like $4 cheaper online. So I didn't even know that they did this at the time. I just went up and said, well, this seems strange. And so they did the price match. But yeah, I've never tried to do it like Target versus Amazon, and now you can. Well, Deep Thought is now up for auction. That's right. You can now bid on the abandoned boat that became a local spectacle along Milwaukee's lakefront. The auction went live at 9 this morning at govdeals.com. It runs through Tuesday, August 5th. An out-of-town couple ran out of gas and grounded the boat earlier this year. Actually, it was last year now. It was stuck for months, ultimately leaving the county to figure out what to do with it. Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley today on the decision to put the boat up for auction.
Now, this auction isn't just a quirky headline. This is actually about fiscal responsibility. This boat's removal was not only complex, but it was a costly process. And now we're working to recoup some of those public dollars.
The county is hoping to get $20,000 for the boat. It's being sold as is, so that's with all the graffiti and everything else. I just pulled up the website right now to update this because I've been checking it out since it started this morning. The first one, it had one bid for $10 for about 20 minutes. We now are up to 27 bids, and the highest bid is $1,000.
Oh,
so
okay.
We're going to keep track of this, see how high it goes. The winning bidder is responsible for removing the boat from the tow lot where it sits now.
Are any of those bids yours?
No, but the irony is when I looked last time, nope, so the high bidder is no longer. But when I looked, about 45 minutes ago, the high bidder was JE, and then it had asterisks for the rest of it, and it could have been JESSICH, the number it was. But it was not me. I have not bid. But it is interesting to see. It already has 27 bids, and a lot of people don't even realize that this is live yet. So it has become a spectacle. It's kind of like part of Milwaukee culture, folklore right now. People are going to bid.
It's a thing. 12:15 on WTMJ. The Brewers are also a thing. They are in Seattle, and that's where Adam McCalvey is located. We're going to check in with Adam. I don't know if he's slinging fish at the Pikes Market out there, but we'll see. We'll see. Adam McCalvey joins us next.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
Get inside the mind of Mark Tauscher.
The older players on the other team will come and just kind of, what they call it is, we're going to try to find the fish. And you don't want to be the fish.
On Wisconsin's Morning News, every day at 7:50.
So my welcome to the NFL moment is as I get in my stance, they give me the little smirk like, buckle up. Thing is, you see it on film, every special teams coach is going to say, there's the fish.
Mark Tauscher, presented by Hello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
The One Big Beautiful Bill spans over 800 pages and introduces provisions and policy shifts that could impact your taxes and retirement. It marks a significant overhaul of the government's role across multiple sectors. As the implications unfold, questions abound. Annex Wealth Management is hosting a webinar to address these concerns. Join us Wednesday, July 23rd at noon for a free webinar. We'll explore the latest updates and open the chat for your questions. It's a valuable learning opportunity for everybody. Register today at annexwealth.com/events.
I know you have a great dog, right? But you know there's room for improvement. At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we can help. Our attention-based training system uses modern technology to help you better communicate with your dog, even in high distraction. When you schedule a free consultation with us, you will have the opportunity to see our training in action and meet for yourself our happy dogs off leash and under control. Contact Sit Means Sit today at 262-361-3641 or find us on the web at sitmeansitwaukesha.com to schedule your free consultation so you can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog.
Warm today, 81 degrees, plenty of sun, some clouds roll in later on tonight, low of 71. Tomorrow, 95. The high. Same with Thursday. Heat advisory goes into effect tomorrow, wraps up Thursday evening. Heat index could push toward 105 tomorrow and Thursday. Pretty warm, hot and humid just for a couple of days. By the time we get to the end of the week, temperatures back in the low to mid 80s. 76 and sunny in Milwaukee at 12:18. He is on the road. He is in Seattle at a park. I'm not sure if he's been there, at least recently, right, with this whole American National League thing. He might be at the public market slinging fish. We welcome in MLB.com writer for Brewers.com. It's Adam McKelvey. Hi, Adam.
Hey, I went over there yesterday. I can confirm they are still slinging fish, and there's still a wall full of gum, which is gross.
It's a very strange place. Did you get a lobster roll or anything?
No, there's some friends. I mean, there are tons of Brewers fans out here for this series. Partly, it's not a trip they do every year. Partly they're hot. So I met some friends who happened to be out here, and we had fish and chips.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Simple.
And afterwards, you didn't pop a piece of gum in the mouth just to get the breath minty and then kind of just take it out and pop it right on that wall?
No, we did go through there. People haven't been there. It's this alleyway, and there's just a gazillion pieces of gum, and it literally, you smell the gum. It's very weird. And then every now and then they clean the gum, which has got to be.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm pretty sure they clean the gum and start over every now and then.
God.
Clean the gum off. I thought you meant like they actually go and clean the gum.
Yeah, like rub it with some Lysol or something.
I did not know. That was an interesting fact. Okay, I gotcha.
You referenced it, Adam, but you said, boy, there's a lot of Brewers fans, and you could hear it, right? If you were listening to the radio broadcast or if you were watching on television, you could pick it up. And even Jackson Churio's post-game interview with Sophia, there's a bunch of Brewers fans, and she even called it out. Now, I had thought maybe these were some, residual Seattle Pilots fans from back in the day who still identified the Brewers as their home team.
Those would be some pretty diehard fans because the 1969 Seattle Pilots were not the most memorable team of all time. So I think it's a great trip. It's a trip they only make every other year. It's a little bit of a destination type trip, and it's that the team's hot. I'd be really curious to know how many of these people actually scheduled this trip recently and kind of made a last minute. It's a hard trip to go kind of last minute. So I'm thinking, middle of the summer. Last time we came here, it was April, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember it being really cold because people think of this stadium as a dome. And it has a roof, but it's not enclosed. It's like a carport. So when you're here in April, May, it can be really, really cold, and you think you're going inside, and you're not. So I remember freezing a couple of years ago. But then I was also here for the All-Star game, which I was reminded of yesterday talking to Jacob Mizorowski. That was kind of his coming out party, was at this field where he threw 100 miles an hour plus, I think 101.8, something like that, in the Futures game. And really got on, if he wasn't on the map already as a prospect, it's where things really kind of started to change for him. And now it's a whole different level.
So we've been talking a lot about the Miz and, of course, about that's my sound effect for his fastball because it is so fast. But is there anything else that makes his pitches so unique?
Well, Jessica, you must be reading the Brewers newsletter, and thank you for subscribing because I really appreciate that. my friend David Adler, who works out of our New York office for MLB.com, and is like one of our most smartest numbers gurus, and you can tell I'm not one of those by the way I said that, wrote today about how Jacob Misiorowski, they talk about the different traits of a pitcher, and you can do it with movement, you can do it with velocity, pure velocity, you can do it with deception. But one of the ways that they're really measuring more and more is the extension. And Jacob Misiorowski, this won't surprise you, he's 6'9", and when you see him, as Pat Murphy says, baby giraffe, kind of all arms and legs, he releases the ball in a different position than any other pitcher that not just we see today, but that they've ever seen with this technology, which goes back now more than a decade. And it has the effect of having, if it's possible to think about this, having 102 play up, which is kind of crazy to think about. So, Brandon Woodruff is another good example of this. And it's not for extension for Woodruff, but for him, it's the rise of his fastball. There are certain pitches that just play up to the hitter's eye, and it can say one number on the radar gun and look a lot different to the hitter. So the problem with Miz is he's all arms and legs, he's throwing 102, and he's releasing the ball at a point that nobody else does. And it makes him an incredibly tough out. And it's been really fun to watch. Surely there are going to be stretches where he, struggles. That's pitching, that's baseball. He had that one blip in New York, but it's been really impressive to watch the kid just kind of grab hold of this opportunity and be so confident about it and just really feel like, he's the best to ever do it. That's kind of the mentality he takes them out.
So let's talk about his next mental hurdle here, Adam, right? He got through the first start at home. He got through the first start on the road. He got through the All-Star break. He got through the duo with Clayton Kershaw. Free burgers are on the line here, right? This might be the most significant hurdle for Miz to overcome. He's got a state of Wisconsin. He's got the restaurant. He's got George Webb ready to hand out certificates and free meat up to $170,000. Is he ready for this? Does he understand the gravity of tonight's start?
I was going to ask some guys yesterday if anyone knows about George Webb. I love a good diner breakfast and certainly love a good Webb burger. I think the last time I had one was when they went 12 in a row and at the end of 2018 regular season and into the postseason. The players, I wonder how aware they are of this whole promotion, especially that they're on the road right now and that it was over the All-Star break that people started talking about it. So I didn't want to start asking about it yesterday because of the superstitions of all these guys.
Yeah.
They're not going to start talking about a 12-game winning streak when they haven't won the 12th game. So this may be a question if they do get this done behind Jacob Misiorowski tonight. I'm curious how many guys actually know about this thing. I mean, Christian Yelich was part of it in 18, and I wonder if he remembers it or is aware that this is a thing. I mean, I've told you guys I remember piling in the McCalvey family van with my baseball team, my New Berlin Athletic Association baseball team, and going down to George Webb's in 1987 in the McCalvey party van. So it's something that we grew up with here, and these guys, it's all kind of new.
Well, we're going to interview the vice president of George Webb, Brian Stam, coming up at 2:15. We will send you the podcast. You can send it to all the guys. So whether or not they knew or not before, they can know now.
Awesome stuff,
Yep.
Adam. Have fun out there. Enjoy it, man. There's a heck of a lot of fun, and bring back that winning streak when you return home. Should set up for a great homestand.
I'll do my best, guys.
I know you will. I know you will. We believe in you, Adam. Appreciate it, bud. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Thanks,
All right.
Adam.
Adam McCalvey joining us from Seattle. Coming up after the 12:30 news, outgoing Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy will join us. He's got just a couple of days left on the job. So what is he doing? He's kind of mailing these few days in? Well, no, he's joining us in about 10 minutes.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. They're the best in the business. They are CertaPro painters. Now's the time to get on their schedule. Their summer sales discount goes through the end of July. Do it now. They painted our house, the outside, absolutely fantastic. They're kind, they're thoughtful. They moved our patio furniture out of the way and moved it right back where it belonged. It is CertaPro painters. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. For your home or business, they're the best. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated.
Erica, it's good to see you.
How are things at our amazing Germantown location?
Absolutely fantastic. We heard you had a bold idea.
What is it?
We're celebrating our 45th year in business, so I think we should give away some natural diamonds.
Wow, that is a bold idea. How many and how big?
3/4 of a carat. 9 natural diamonds, each one clarity enhanced for maximum brilliance. 1 diamond for each store.
How should we mount them, Erica?
We'll give them away as diamond pendants.
So each of the 9 Kessler stores will have their own diamond pendant to give away?
Yeah, and all a person will have to do is to walk into a store and register to win.
Can a person travel to all 9 stores and register at each one?
Yeah, why not? And people will have from now until July 28th to register.
I'm in.
Me too. It's unanimous, and people should bring in all their old jewelry so that we can professionally clean it for them for free. That makes so much difference.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong wind and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit ComfortAwnings.com.
And now about your house. It's where you live, but do you also live in your yard? My friends at Outdoor Living Unlimited help people extend their home, living beyond the wall. Your imagination may be somewhat limited, so let's call on Eric Brown, president of Outdoor Living Unlimited, to expand upon it.
I'm confident that 90% of the listeners can look outside their home and dream of a better, nicer, way more outstanding backyard. If you're one of the many, you'll need to call Outdoor Living Unlimited. Outdoor Living Unlimited's expert team can design a beautiful, functional, usable backyard space. Then our team can build it. You dream it, we build it. New deck, outdoor kitchen, pavers, retaining walls, screen room. How about a must-see automated pergola that doubles as a screen room? Picture this, a pergola that allows the sunlight through the slats, but with the press of a button, those slats close and now you have protection. Another press of the button and the screens roll down. There's your screen room. The ideas are endless. We recently built a brand new deck with a screen room pergola on top and stairs that lead to a paver oasis complete with a fire pit and seat walls. Amazing. New deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, automated pergola. Let Outdoor Living Unlimited design and build the amazing backyard. Find us at OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
See all the cool things that Outdoor Living Unlimited can do for your yard on their Instagram page, or visit their unique outside-in showroom in Waukesha. And if you're looking outside of your home, dreaming of a more beautiful and functional, usable backyard, well, Outdoor Living Unlimited can design and build you an amazing showstopper of a deck, patio, complete with pergola and fire pit, just like they did for us. With expert care, Outdoor Living Unlimited installed a beautiful paver patio, complete with land and stone retaining wall, all sorts of space, room for a built-in kitchen, and complete with a gas fire pit. It's where we spend all of our time. Visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com. It's 12:30. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Tuesday, July 22nd. Your top story, details into the disappearance of a Dodgeville woman.
I'm Jessica Tighe, recovering after being attacked on the bus.
Sunny and warmer today, a high of 81 degrees. Some clouds rolling in tonight, a low of 71. It's currently 76 and sunny in Milwaukee.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A House Oversight Subcommittee approved a motion for the chair to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell, the ex of Jeffrey Epstein and co-conspirator serving a 20-year prison sentence for sex trafficking. Now Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General and former defense attorney for President Trump, says he plans to also meet with Maxwell. Here's ABC's Jay O'Brien.
This motion to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell was approved in a subcommittee of the House Oversight Committee. It was brought forward by Tim Burchett, and it got the Republicans on that panel's support. And so now it advances to Chairman James Comer, who's the chair of the overall House Oversight Committee. It tries to force Comer to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell, but ultimately it looks like the decision will still rest with James Comer.
The U.S. says it will withdraw from UNESCO effective at the end of 2026. The UN agency says the U.S. says it's claiming that the organization works to advance divisive social and cultural causes. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 12:31. New details about the man from Dodgeville accused of stealing a woman's car and murdering her.
23-year-old Gavin Thompson remains in custody in Lancaster County after he led police on a chase in Nebraska with the body of 67-year-old Dorinda Segbrecht in the backseat of her car last week. Investigators say Thompson admitted to stealing her car because he recently lost his job, then stabbed her to death. Thompson's attorney has requested a competency evaluation to determine if he's fit to stand trial in Nebraska, so he likely won't be extradited back to Wisconsin anytime soon. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
The public can now bid to own a piece of Milwaukee lore.
As the bidding war begins for Deep Thought, the county is hoping to at least recoup $20,000 from the auction process. But is the boat worth that much?
I would say it's priceless.
Parks Director Guy Smith. County Executive David Crowley does admit to WTMJ he's grateful the Deep Thought saga appears to be nearing a close.
To be able to not only get the boat out of the water, but now to provide this opportunity for the community to even purchase this boat, I think is really exciting for us. But I am looking forward to closing this chapter.
On board the abandoned Milwaukee boat, Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Amid calls for heightened security on Milwaukee County Transit System buses, a driver is recovering after being attacked while on the job. The suspect got on the bus near 32nd and Florist, then attacked a 72-year-old driver, leaving him with multiple stitches in his forehead, black eyes, and bruising. It's not clear if the suspect is in custody just yet. The attack happened the same day the union representing MCTS bus drivers and mechanics rejected a one-year contract offer from the transit system.
Well, mark it on your calendar. There's going to be a community event to honor the Milwaukee Fire Department's 150th anniversary. The celebration is set for September 13th at Henry Meyer Festival Park. Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky.
We'll have fire safety education. We'll have recruitment opportunities. Again, special teams displays. Our dive team, our boat team, our technical rescue team. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff throughout the day, so you're going to get a good chance to see it.
The free event will also feature antique and modern fire apparatus displays, live music, and food vendors.
And another round of heat moves into southeastern Wisconsin. Beginning tomorrow, heat advisory in effect for the next 2 days.
The dew points will fly from the 60s today into the 70s tomorrow. It's almost going to feel subtropical out there. And when you combine that with highs in the 90s, it is going to be feeling pretty dangerously hot out there.
That Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson. Your complete 5-day forecast is coming up.
Also coming up, sports and traffic. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:34.
Now that you're ready to purchase a new bike, do yourself a solid by stopping by one of our Wheel and Sprocket stores to test ride an electric bike, better known today as an e-bike. And let me tell you, these bikes are a game changer because you can ride a whole lot further without even breaking a sweat. We're talking 20 to 50 miles on a single charge. So even riding uphill comes with tons of thrills. But before you decide, stop by any of our Wheel and Sprocket locations first and let us explain in detail what e-bikes are all about. And once you're here, you'll find rows and rows of bikes in a bunch of different styles and colors for you to see, touch, feel, and even test ride. After all, here at Wheel and Sprocket, we love bikes, which is why bikes are all we do.
Visit wheelandsprocket.com for a location near you.
I'm Amelia Kegel with Wheel and Sprocket. Life is short. Enjoy your ride.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, representing the auto dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam member dealers employ more than 6,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 15th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil campaign. To date, Adam has donated over $953,000, which provided over 3.8 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You've heard about Tri-County Contracting and their worry-free roof tune-up. You've heard about their instant roof quote. But don't forget, Tri-County Contracting also handles windows. Our project at my home moving right along right now, and the process has been so easy and thorough. It's nice when you can trust the team you're working with and know that they are looking out for you. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and also windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers are red hot, owners of the best record in all of baseball, sitting atop the NL Central, one game ahead of the Cubs.
Each and every day you come to the field, it's like your mind doesn't want to go, well, when's it going to stop? I think we're in a spot now where we're continuing to play good baseball. Hope to keep it going, and but yeah, it's been fun. I just want to blend in and be a part of it.
Brewers starter Brandon Woodruff, he starred going 6 innings in last night's win over the Mariners. Crew goes for 12 in a row tonight against the Mariners with rookie Jacob Misiorowski on the mound. Coverage gets underway at 8:05 on WTMJ. And it's a big week for the Packers. Rookies are in. The veterans reporting today, and training camp begins on Wednesday. Practice will be open to the public beginning at 10:30. Some roster news here. The Packers and offensive lineman Zach Tom agreed to terms on a 4-year, $88 million contract extension. The Packers begin the preseason on August 9th at Lambeau against the Jets.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We do have a new incident I want to let you know about in Milwaukee County. There's debris on the ramp from 35th Street to I-94 East. It's a busy area, the ramp from 35th Street to I-94 East. The good news is I see trucks already out there, so I think they have a crew working to clean up that debris, so hopefully that will be clear soon. In the meantime, if we travel on over to Waukesha County, I-94 East at Wisconsin 164, that's the County J area. The right shoulder is blocked because of a car that's broken down. And up in Washington County, US 45 North at Wisconsin 145, the right shoulder is blocked because of a car that's broken down there.
Warm temperatures today, comfortable though. It's 81, a little more humidity than yesterday, not quite as cool. Overnight low 71. That's when the dew point is going to start going up. You're going to have the dew point and temperatures be about the same, right in the 70s there. That could be sticky. Extreme heat watch goes into effect on Wednesday and lasts until Thursday evening for all of southeastern Wisconsin. Sunny, hot, extremely humid the next couple of days. There is a slight chance of rain on both days, but not a big washout kind of event. It's going to be mainly hot and humid. 95 the high on Wednesday, 95 the high on Thursday, with a heat index approaching 108 degrees. It's 77 and sunny in Milwaukee. We're waiting former Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy. He's set to join us here on the eve of Packers training camp. Lots of ground to cover with him. We will definitely do that as soon as he chimes in. I know also breaking news today is Starbucks has launched their fall menu. So I walk into the studio today. We were going to do a recording with Mike Dubusky because it's Tech Tuesday.
Mike Dubusky.
And Gina not only had a can of Starbucks on the desk, but she handed out hats for us to wear and commemorative T-shirts that Starbucks is launching their fall menu.
Oh, funny. I actually last night, wasn't it last night I sent you guys, I just sent it to Gina, it looks like. Last night, a little bit before 8 o'clock, I sent her the Starbucks fall sneak peek full menu. Full menu is actually the full menu, Greg, we should say. Full menu drops on, what would that would be Saturday, the full menu drop. So we're talking about way beyond just a pumpkin spice latte. But Gina is not really a fall girly.
I don't understand. Because Gina is a coffee girl, right? She is a coffee lady, coffee woman. Coffee is in her veins, quite literally, each and every day. So to me, it doesn't matter the season. I'm a little surprised by this, Gina, because everything looks sort of fall-y to me. Everything has that sort of hint of beige and brown. Of course, it started with the pumpkin spice latte, which, unlike Dunkin', I believe is coming out in late August. I think Dunkin' maybe already has theirs out and available. They really pushed the envelope on that. But they have started a craze. Whether you like Starbucks or not, they have started a craze where
doubt.
Their fall rollout, winter rollout, you name it, rollout happens, and we end up discussing it.
Yeah, and I will say, I do love a good pumpkin spice latte, and sometimes I usually like to wait. I like to wait till it's fall-like and we've got some colors on the trees, but I have a hard time doing so because I do enjoy them. But it was funny because when Gina wrote back and said, you know what, I'm not really a fall girly, I was like, oh no, well, please ignore that message.
I like knowing, though, there's options. But, Jessica, they have the iced pumpkin cream chai, which you might like.
Ooh, yes, I hear you on that one. And there was another one you were looking at, right? The pecan crunch oat milk latte. She said that one sounds heavenly.
Any new food or refreshers on the list? Do we know?
There's new Italian sausage egg bites. So if you're an egg bite fan.
I could get down with that.
I feel like you'd like that one.
Okay, so what is a cortado? Could anybody explain that to me? I feel like sometimes Starbucks makes up names for things and then it just becomes vernacular and just what you call it. But is cortado a real thing? Is that a real coffee thing, or is that a Starbucks made-up name?
I think it's real. I think it's espresso and milk.
I actually looked it up. Though I don't remember what it is, but I looked it up because there must have been one at some point somewhere that I thought sounded really yummy. And I thought, what exactly is that? So it's a Spanish beverage consisting of espresso mixed with roughly equal amounts of warm milk to reduce the acidity, apparently, Greg.
Well, that sounds nice. It sounds creamy and delicious. There's a bitterness sometimes to coffee that Cortado seems to maybe remove.
Well, here's the thing. Let's move from coffee for a moment to Coca-Cola, shall we? Because this is something significant. Coca-Cola confirming it will be offering a cane sugar version of its trademark later this year. ABC's Sherry Preston has the details on that.
I like to teach the world to sing.
If you could give the world a Coke, would it be made with high fructose corn syrup or cane sugar? Soon you'll have your choice. President Trump said last week Coke had agreed to use real cane sugar in its signature product. While Coca-Cola CEO James Quincy didn't exactly confirm that, he did say they plan to expand their offering soon, including a version made with cane sugar, what's been sold in Mexico for years. Quincy also says Coke appreciates the president's enthusiasm in the brand. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Okay, so there you go. Cane sugar in your Coke. I only really use cane sugar in my summer mojitos.
Okay, so I don't know that cane sugar is any more healthy, but it is natural. There's nothing fake or artificial about it. It's cane sugar versus, I don't know if you use a substitute. I don't really know exactly what's in Sweet and Low or Splenda, but it's not real sugar, but it can sweeten your beverage. I'm not going to say it's better for you, however.
It's healthier than the high fructose corn syrup. Healthier.
Okay. Remember those?
And we'll take the some people say.
Remember those bottles of Caro corn syrup that your mom always had in like the Lazy Susan? You'd bring it out for only like certain baking items. Caro corn syrup. It was a staple. And then it stuck to the bottom ring of the Lazy Susan.
Oh,
couldn't even peel it off.
I don't think my mom had that, but I'm going with your visual there. I like it.
Do you know what a Lazy Susan is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Those were fun. And the Lazy Susans, you mean that were in the corner of the cabinets?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, still got one. 12:43 on WTMJ. Mark Murphy is retiring. We know he has nothing to do. The shareholders meeting isn't for another few days, so not sure what the holdup is here, but we hope to have the outgoing Packers president and CEO joining us here on the program. On the eve of training camp in Green Bay, should be a hot start to training camp tomorrow if you're headed up for that 10:30 practice. 12:43 on WTMJ.
It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Get sale discounts store-wide all month long. What a great time to shop for all of your Christmas needs. Get your holiday decor and so much more, along with all the great bargains we always have for you. It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in the state of Wisconsin. Do not let a busted garage door get you down. No, give my friends at Geis a call today. They've got brands in stock and ready for you like CHI and LiftMaster. Doors for every budget, custom designs, whatever you need, you can rely on Geis. Experts in the space for 70 years. Think about that. How long have power garage doors been around and openers and whatnot? Well, Geis has been on the ground floor with development. They got great brands and are wonderful people. Showroom in Brookfield, right off Barker Road. Easy to find. Great people to connect with. Don't think twice. Call Geis and visit geisdoors.com.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Ruger Law Offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Marilyn.
I've been volunteering for over 30 years, so I got to know the community and loved it. We have a theater, community room, and we have bocce outside. They have gardens all over the campus that the residents tend to. Quilting groups, sewing groups, knitting groups, just lots and lots of amenities. Never a boring day.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Hey, boaters! We have the go-to marine store. And it's not just because we have all the boat parts and supplies you'll ever need, including oddball parts you thought you'd never be able to find. And it's also because we're cheaper than the other guys, too. So why shop anywhere else? This is Dave Dorrell from Kendor Marine. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin. Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water. Hey, boaters! This is Dave Dorrell from Kendor Marine. When you get here, you might be overwhelmed when you see so much stuff. But don't be, because our staff knows just where to find what you need. They're knowledgeable, friendly, and willing to help so that you can find everything you need to keep your boat in tip-top shape. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Well, it's the end of an era in Green Bay. Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy's last day on the job, July 25th, in conjunction with the annual shareholders meeting. Murphy joined the Packers back in 2008. Think about all the amazing things that happened with the Packers. Controversial things, amazing things, incredible development, a Super Bowl, you name it. So much to talk about here with Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy. Just a few days left on the job here, Mark. You just kind of mailing it in, just grabbing your stuff off the desk. What are you doing?
Well, I'm doing a lot of interviews. No, it's getting I'm getting very nostalgic, but looking forward to my last shareholder meeting coming up on Friday, which is really kind of nice. And I know we have a lot of shareholders listening, but tied it in. There'll be a practice in the morning and then a shareholder meeting in the afternoon. So it's kind of nice when we can tie those two together.
Mark, if there was not the mandatory retirement age of 70, would you still be president of the Green Bay Packers for a couple more years?
It's a great question. I probably would, quite honestly, but number one, I knew that the mandatory retirement was in place when I started 17, 18 years ago, and I actually think it's a really good it's a good thing for organizations. I've seen a lot in my years, just in business and in the NFL, that people stay too long, and I think this way it kind of forces organizations to have good succession plans. And I think I'm leaving the Packers in great shape. Ed's ready, and he'll do a great job. And so it's I think it's good for the organization, and it's good for me too. I'm young enough where I can. When I say I'm 70, so I'm not really young, but I still want to stay active and looking for things that I can do.
So you mentioned Ed Policy. So he's been with the Packers for over a decade. So he assumes your position. I thought he had some very interesting comments about a month ago when he had this to say to Larry McCarron.
The Packers organization exists really for three reasons, and three reasons only, and that's to win football games, to keep the Packers in Green Bay, and to strengthen our community.
So number 2 on Policy's list there, Mark, it grabbed my attention, to keep the Packers in Green Bay. Was there ever a point in your career where you thought it would be challenging to do that?
No, quite honestly, I think the way the revenue is shared within the league, and I mean this really goes back. It's kind of one of the core fundamentals or core principles of the organization was let's make sure we stay in Green Bay. I think as time has gone on, though, it's not as big an issue or concern. If things change at the league level, it could be. So I think it's always, we're by far the smallest market in the NFL, and that has advantages and disadvantages. And, were the revenue sharing to ever change, it could be challenging for Green Bay. But I say that, and I think we're ninth in the league in revenue. So even though we're a small market, we're pretty big revenue.
I'll never forget about 2 years ago reading the Door County Pulse and learning you had just bought the golf course in Bailey's Harbor. I thought that is what Mark Murphy plans to do in retirement. And I've noticed lately the greens.
And you know what? I play all the time and I don't get any better. What the heck? But no, no. Well, thank you. I was going to plug the golf course without, but no, my wife and I, first of all, we love Door County. got a place up there, and my wife has a number of properties that she manages up there. And we had gotten wind a couple of years ago that, by the way, Maxwell and Braes is a great public course. Our place is in Bailey's Harbor, so we're very close to the course. Have played it many, many times over the years. But we had heard that the owner, Jim Bresnahan, was considering selling it to a developer. And so my wife Lori and I decided, we wanted to make sure it stayed a golf course. I think it's a tremendous community asset. And, so it's been a couple of years now. We really enjoy it. With retirement now, how be able to be more involved in the running of the golf course. Jim Bresnahan stayed on and is running it for me while I continued working, and he's done a great job. And so I don't think I'll run the course, but I'll be more involved. And it's like I said, it's great asset for the community, and it's also the best golf course in all of Bailey's Harbor.
There you go. It is indeed.
The only golf course
in Bailey's Harbor.
The only golf course in Bailey's Harbor.
Well, you got to have Mark Murphy beverage cart day.
If you know Door County well, it's the only golf course on the lakeside. So, it splits 57, goes right through the course, and we just put a new irrigation system in, so it's much greener than it normally is this time of year.
It is.
Although I have gotten a lot of complaints from golfers that they missed the roll that they got. They call it the Max Welton roll because in July and August, without an irrigation system, things kind of firmed up, and you could get a lot of roll on your drives.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. No, I was going to say that the greens are definitely greener. I noticed that the last time we were up there. And I just have to say real quickly, my husband used to sneak on the course and go night golfing way back in the day. And the course, a little different back then. But he was curious, are there any plans to bring back that night golf to the area? I don't think, he wasn't supposed to be doing that at the time.
No, that's all right. We're not going to go after him and try to get fees. But tell him if he tries to do it now, that's when we water. So the automatic irrigation system, he could get drenched.
Love it.
Good to know. They should allow you to control that on an app. You got to get out there and drive the beverage cart around one day. That's what I would like to see in retirement. Hey, speaking of retirement, Mark, you had some interesting times during your time as president and CEO. You had the retirement and unretirement of Brett Favre, the departure of Aaron Rodgers, the COVID-19 pandemic. As you think back, which was the most challenging situation for you to navigate?
I think the Favre retirement, unretirement, one of the main reasons it was within my first few months on the job. I remember early on, Favre announced his retirement, and so we're starting plans. We're going to honor him, and we'll do this and that. And then a few months later, we get a call from Favre. I'll never forget. I remember the conversation. He said, "Well, I've got an itch." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He goes, "I'm itching to play. I want to come back." And obviously, we've already installed Aaron Rodgers as a starting quarterback. And so I did learn a valuable lesson. If you're going to replace one Hall of Fame quarterback, it's good to have another Hall of Fame quarterback ready to step in.
Yeah, well navigated there. Yeah, right.
I mean,
but no, it was a difficult, challenging time. The media coverage was, nonstop. And we have what we call an annual tailgate tour. And it just happened to all break right when we were on the tailgate tour. And it was a little overwhelming, quite honestly. So we'd stop at elementary schools and grade schools and high schools and, literally dozens of reporters at every stop. Every question was, what's going on with Favre? What are the Packers going to do? And but as I look back on it, it was a challenging time. But early in my tenure as president, it forced me to work really closely with not only Ted Thompson but also Mike McCarthy. And we were all on the same page. We made a commitment to Aaron Rodgers. We need to stick to it. And then, fortunately, we were able to work out a pretty good trade, with the Jets. And I think part of that, the fact that we went through that adversity, we stayed together, wasn't that long after that, I think in Aaron's third year as a starter, that we ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Speaking of that, I was curious. I mean, more than 17 years in charge. Is there one accomplishment that you are just extra proud of? The Super Bowl, whether it's Titletown or all the playoff appearances. I know that's a tough question to pick one, but is there something that just stands up there among the rest?
Yeah, it's the Super Bowl. It's it's so hard to win in the NFL, and that was really a special year. I think we were the only, or at least the first sixth seed to win a Super Bowl. So on the road, but everything kind of came together, and it was pretty special time. And the more recent, the hosting the draft here, that was something that was obviously not on the field football related, but something that I thought was really special. And that's another thing, the number of people and the effort and the time that so many people across the organization put into, number one, bidding and convincing the league that we can legitimately host an event like the draft. It was really rewarding to see it all come together.
Absolute signature event in Green Bay. And the Packers, I say this a lot to family members. I try and tell my kids I have to get them up to a game. They're pretty young, but I say, Packers games are all about memories. And all you have to do is stand in the area of Lambeau Field with the district, the Titletown district, all the tailgating, everything that's happening. And it's such a reflection of not only your work, but a lot of people's hard work, Mark, to make it what it really is. But you're in the memory business, and you create wonderful memories for people who just want to see what Lambeau Field and that mystique is all about. What a great legacy.
Well, I appreciate it. And, you mentioned Titletown. That's something I think we're all really proud of. And I think there's more to come there. I think Ed's got some great ideas for kind of future steps of Titletown. But, that's something that I think's been a great addition for the community. But, you mentioned it. The most important asset we have is Lambeau Field, and really proud. I think we've left Lambeau Field better than we found it. The beauty of Lambeau Field is just the history and tradition, and I think what we've tried to do is add the modern amenities that fans expect without taking what really makes Lambeau Field so special away from Lambeau.
And there will be a game there August 9th as the preseason gets rolling. Mark, enjoy your last few official days on the job. We'll see you driving the beverage cart out of Bailey's Harbor, and we'll look forward to connecting sometime soon. Thanks so much for your time over the years.
Mark.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, be good. It's Mark Murphy, outgoing Packers president and CEO. Quite a legacy in Green Bay. 12:59 news coming up.
Get the beat of the Bucs straight from a fan favorite and Bucs legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucs Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the podcast, Marcus and his son Chris react to NBA headlines. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong wind and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Imagine that unbelievable new deck in your backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck builder. Building new decks and replacing old ones, creating that $1 million feeling every time you relax in your own backyard. Looking for a company to make your backyard scream wow? Stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's resourceful Waukesha showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
It's been over 2 years since Bobby Carpenter had regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. He needed relief from knee pain, but he wanted to avoid surgery.
I thought I might have to have my knee scoped, had some injuries, some lingering pain from stuff that I had been dealing with from years of playing professional football, and things had kind of flared up again. I started talking to a friend of mine who's orthopedic, and he's like, well, try to avoid surgery if you can.
And you absolutely can avoid surgery. QC Kinetics provides patients with state-of-the-art regenerative treatments, orthobiologics from your own body that help heal and restore damaged, aching joints. And we'll let Bobby tell you about that.
It was all of a sudden that one day, a couple months later, I was here, let's go jog, let's try to see what I could do. And the more I did, I was pain-free with it, and it was actually a pretty remarkable process.
Before going under the knife, see if you're a candidate for non-surgical joint pain treatments at QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The Brewers have won 11 in a row.
The Brewers head to Seattle to take on the Mariners.
The best record in baseball belongs to Milwaukee.
Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:05. We are the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Tuesday, July 22nd. Your top story, a teen faces kidnapping charges.
I'm Jessica Tighe, still working on a meeting with a federal prisoner.
Sunny and warm today, 81 the high, overnight low 71 up to 95 with a heat index upwards of 100 degrees on Wednesday. It's 77 and sunny in Milwaukee at 103. From the WTMJ breaking newsroom, more charges in the kidnapping of a 7-year-old from Milwaukee, this time against a teenager. A 14-year-old is the third suspect to be charged with abducting Jamal White at gunpoint while the child was riding his bike. Court Commissioner Katrina Childs Rhodes.
Or be presumed innocent. However, these are incredibly serious, scary, terrifying, quite frankly, allegations involving the kidnapping of a 7-year-old. It is allegedly caught on tape.
The 14-year-old faces 4 counts, including kidnapping as party to a crime, taking hostages, and possession of a firearm by a delinquent. 38-year-old Fabian Johnson and 25-year-old Corey Williams are also facing kidnapping charges.
Not competent to stand trial. That's a finding against 43-year-old Zachariah Roche of Juneau. He's accused of murdering his estranged wife, Crystal, then hiding her corpse last June. The Dodge County Sheriff originally arrested Roche after unauthorized use of Crystal's debit card following her disappearance. Her burned remains were later found on his property. The court ordered commitment for treatment for Roche with the hopes that he'll likely regain competency. He faces up to life in prison if convicted.
A top official in the Justice Department says he will meet with Ghislaine Maxwell. She's the associate of Jeffrey Epstein, who is serving a 20-year prison sentence for sex trafficking. The meeting comes as members of Congress have been calling for all of the Epstein files to be released and for Maxwell to be deposed. ABC's Jay O'Brien.
She's in federal custody, so they have to work with the Department of Justice and the Bureau of Prisons in order to make this happen. And we really don't know what, quote unquote, expeditiously means in the eyes of this committee, but there is at least some formal effort. James Comer, chair of the Oversight Committee, a powerful committee up here on Capitol Hill, there is at least some effort to bring Ghislaine Maxwell before that panel. And it stands really in contrast with what we've heard repeatedly out of the president telling congressional Republicans to move on here.
House Speaker Mike Johnson rebuffing pressure to act on the investigation into Epstein by sending members of the House home early for a month-long break from Washington amid calls for a vote on the Epstein matter.
The governor of Massachusetts is releasing more than $1 million to hire more public safety staff in Fall River after a fire killed 10 people at an assisted living facility.
Fall River Fire Chief Jeffrey Bacon says firefighters saw terrible things, including people hanging out of windows asking for help. Governor Maura Healey says the toll at the assisted living facility would have been worse.
Were it not for the skill and the dedication of that response by first responders.
The state is releasing $1.2 million to hire more emergency response personnel. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
The firefighters union says lack of emergency staffing in the city made the fire deadlier and the response more difficult.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up about 120 points today at 44,441. NASDAQ off about 80 points at 20,895. S&P 500 isn't sure what to do with itself here. It's about a point in the green. No, now it's in the red. And there we go back to green. 6306 for the S&P. What is the big, beautiful bill all about, and how will it affect your retirement and investment planning? Check out Annex Wealth Management's free webinar. It's coming up July 23rd at 12 o'clock. For more details, visit annexwealth.com.
Packers training camp begins tomorrow. We're looking ahead. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 107.
It's back.
And sweeter than ever.
It's the Cream Puffapalooza, July 30th at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Registration is open now at WTMJ.com.
The first 300 fans signed up will receive a 6-pack of cream puffs, handed out by your Cream Puffapalooza ambassadors, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe. Hey, that's us.
Whether you love them classic, chocolatey, or bursting with berry, there's never been a better time to indulge at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Because no Wisconsin summer is complete without a cream puff.
Tony Evers and the Madison Democrats are too weak and too radical. But the same old career politicians can't stop them.
I'm Bill Berrien, a former Navy SEAL and Wisconsin manufacturer. I'm an outsider and a businessman, just like President Trump. I'm running for governor to advance the Trump agenda, shake up Madison, and put Wisconsin citizens first.
Let's fire the bureaucrats. Hire the outsider. Bill Berrien for governor. Paid for by Bill for Governor.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Comfort Awnings and Abbey Home. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. At 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Certa Pro Painters. They painted the exterior of our house. I loved it because they're thorough and they're thoughtful. As a matter of fact, they pointed out some wood that might need to eventually be replaced. They just looked at the whole house, and I felt like they absolutely cared. Get on Certa Pro's calendar right now. The summer sales discount goes through July 31st. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C for your home or business. They'll do it the right way the first time. Each Certa Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated. It's Certa Pro Painters.
Set sail on an unforgettable adventure with Celebrity Cruises. Discover exclusive offers only available through Fox World Travel during the Fox exclusive July sale. Experience luxury at sea with world-class dining, exhilarating entertainment, and stunning destinations. Whether you're dreaming of the Caribbean, Alaska, or beyond, we've got the perfect cruise for you. Book now to enjoy stackable discounts only at Fox World Travel. The sale ends July 25th. Don't miss out.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports desk. The Brewers go for 12 in a row tonight with Jacob Misiorowski on the mound in Seattle. Coverage begins at 8:05 on WTMJ. Packers training camp begins Wednesday with an open to the public practice beginning at 10:30. Offensive lineman Zach Tom and the Packers agree to terms on a 4-year, $88 million contract extension.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We do have a new incident I want to let you know about. Just a disabled vehicle, but it's in a new spot, 43 North, right around Good Hope Road. That tends to be a busy area. Right shoulder is blocked due to a car that's broken down. We also have a crash that just popped up 2 minutes ago, 4145 South at Capitol, a very busy spot. That's also extra busy right now because of our construction. It's in our construction zone, 4145 South at Capitol Drive. The right lane is blocked because of a crash. Hopefully the injuries are not too bad with that one, but that is going to cause extra slowing in our construction zone. We also have 4194 North at Drexel Avenue. You can expect some lane closures because of a disabled vehicle there. And that's not it. 4145 South, about 2.5 miles beyond the ramp from Holy Hill Road. The right shoulder is blocked due to a car that's broken down there. Another broken down vehicle, 45 North at Wisconsin 145. Right shoulder is blocked off because of that one.
81 degrees the high today, 71 your overnight low. The heat really sets in Wednesday and Thursday with temperatures in the mid-90s and heat index values as high as 108. More on that with Brian Nisnansky coming up at 1:35. If you're going to Packers training camp tomorrow, it's going to be hot. 92 the high, going to feel a little warmer. Partly cloudy skies. Be sure to bring plenty of sunscreen, bring some shade, whatever you can do to try and beat the heat if you're headed up to Green Bay. It's 77 and sunny in Milwaukee at 111.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
Hour number 2, it's Wisconsin's Midday News on WTMJ. That's right, Brewers baseball tonight at 8:05. One more win means free burgers. Much more on that coming up. Ryan Stamm, the VP of George Webb, will join us. Just trying to make sure they click send on that bun order. Burgers are coming. We know it. One of the big stories that we're following today.
And now it's time for 3 Big Things on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, the parents' plea for help. The family of a missing Viterbo University student is asking anyone who might have seen her to let police know. 22-year-old Elliot Hines went missing near the Mississippi River in La Crosse. She was last seen walking along Front Street just before 3:30 Sunday morning. Hines is 5'4" and 120 pounds. She has blonde hair and blue eyes and was last seen wearing a white T-shirt and jean shorts. Her mother is pleading for the community's help.
We ask that if you have seen anything, even if it's small, anything at all, you please call the La Crosse Police Department. If you have Ring cameras and you think that you might have captured an image of Elliot, please call them, let them take a look at your footage. Even if you don't think it's a big deal, it might be something that's a really big deal for her.
Volunteers are passing out flyers in La Crosse today in the hope someone knows where Hines can be found.
Well, big night here for the Brewers, taking on the Mariners. The game will be played in Seattle with Jacob Misiorowski on the mound, and Milwaukee going for 12 wins in a row, and also free burgers from George Webb's. That's right, it's only happened 3 times in franchise history. Back in 1987, this was the play that secured 13 wins in a row for the Brewers, actually 12.
3-2, 2 outs, 4-4, 9th inning. Gantner, there he goes. The pitch, a swing and a fly ball, right field and deep. Get up and get out of here. Gone for Swaim, and they've done it again. 12 in a row on a 2-run blast by Swaim to win it. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow, do you believe it?
Oh, Bob Uecker with an iconic call. Win number 12, Easter Sunday. Crowd was going nuts. Yes, it was a 12th win in a row for the Brewers, but also George Webb was on the fringe of handing out 170,000 free hamburgers following that win. 168,000 and change, the official number, but an amazing turnout. 2018, they served up about 90,000 burgers and handed out 100,000 free burger vouchers. We'll see what the plan is for this year.
Yeah, fingers crossed they get to do it again. Number 3, General Motors is out with its second quarter earnings and feeling the impacts of the Trump administration's tariff policies. ABC's Mike Dubusky.
GM reports more than $1 billion decline in profits compared to the second quarter of last year, marking a 35% slump. The automaker says tariff policies are hurting its business, and in May indicated tariffs could account for between $4 and $5 billion in losses for 2025.
On Monday, Stellantis, which owns Chrysler and Jeep, said it lost $2.7 billion in the first half of this year.
We don't usually have a number 4, but we're adding one today. That's some breaking news from the world of Hollywood. Ozzy Osbourne, just days after a Black Sabbath farewell performance, dies at the age of 76. Don't really understand much more to the story other than Osbourne has passed away, according to the Associated Press and multiple reports. Black Sabbath did a farewell reunion show just days ago, and now the rock and roll legend and reality television pioneer, proud dad Ozzy Osbourne, has passed away at the age of 76. It's 1:15 on WTMJ.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Well, Siding Unlimited has done it again. They have been recognized by Pella as a 5-time National Pella Platinum Premier Certified Contractor of the Year. That's a mouthful. It's not a regional award. It's not a state award. That is a national award for Siding Unlimited, thanks to our friends at Pella. Great product in Pella, great installation teams in Siding Unlimited. Put them to work for you like we have done at our house. They'll beautify your home's exterior with windows, doors, roofing, siding, you name it. It's a family-run business operating right there on the Brookfield-Waukesha border, just off Barker Road and Blue Mountain. Pretty easy to find and great people. Take some pictures of what might be failing around the house and bring it out to Siding Unlimited's showroom and have them walk you through the process of fixing it, updating it, making it refreshed and looking great and brand new. They've done a number of projects for us over the years and everything has been fantastic. They stand by their work. It's Siding Unlimited, truly siding and a whole lot more. Visit sidingunlimited.com.
Crew Tuesdays are back on July 29th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in July 29th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check out your local listings to watch the game.
Don't become a victim.
Scams on the rise.
A warning today. Watch out.
Be aware with the BBB.
Should I click on this? No.
On Wisconsin's Midday News.
We've warned you about a bunch of scams in our new segment with the BBB. Today, we are letting you know how to recover from a scam. That's critical. Senior Director of Investigations with the BBB serving Wisconsin, Lisa Schiller, is back in the studio. Good to see you as always, Lisa.
Always good to be here.
So scammers are usually after two things, right? They either steal your money now or they steal your identity in the hopes of stealing your money later. So if you unfortunately do fall a victim to a scam, how do you even start to recover?
Right. So we put together a few things in a press release to kind of guide consumers who may be looking to recover from a scam. And we tried to, just put a few things together and keep it short and simple. So first of all, put a fraud alert on your credit reports and consider freezing your reports. It's very simple. You can do it online very quickly. Doesn't cost you a thing. And this will prevent thieves from opening additional lines of credit in your name or, do anything fishy. You can keep an eye on things.
You know what's interesting is that there are so many people who have so many subscriptions, they might lose track of it all of a sudden, and then they see a charge, they're like, oh yeah, I remember signing up for that one thing. Oh wait, I thought I canceled that. It's also good to be mindful of all of those things, anything that might hit your bank account, because I'm sure in some cases it may look fishy to someone, but maybe not the next.
Right. So it's very important to monitor all of your accounts on a regular basis. Look for anything that looks suspicious, something you might not recognize, a suspicious charge, banking, credit cards, app payment services. Watch all of those things.
Changing your password on a regular basis. I'll be honest. I hate changing the password. I'm like, what am I gonna add to this time? What am I gonna do? Because you always try to make it very unique, right? How often should we be changing our passwords?
Well, they say change them, within a monthly or at least a quarterly period.
A month?
And when you were saying that, I was shaking my head yes, because I was thinking the same thing. I have so many passwords I can't even keep track of them all, for so many different accounts. And then thinking of new passwords, right? Because they always tell you not to use past words that you've used, but it's so easy because, those are the ones that come to mind, at least for me. So I have now started changing all my passwords to Italian words. I think, well, that's pretty good because, others will not think of that. But I still have to keep track because, again, there's so many different accounts. So, yeah. Change them regularly.
It's funny. I do end up changing my passwords regularly, and it's because I usually forget what the password is, and then I have to.
Right.
Right. My email address is tied to it, so I try and do a recovery, and then I change it. So I'm doing this because of my own incompetence is what's happening there.
I'm with you on that, too.
So once people have done what they need to do for themselves to recover from the scam, do you advise that they reach out to the BBB as well?
Yes, please. I mean, reach out and just report it. Take time to report it. That's what our BBB online scam tracker tool is really for. Whether you've become a victim or you almost became a victim or you were a victim, take time to report it because that information lets us know what's going on. We can get that information out through, talking to you and working with TV reporters and that type of thing. We can let people know what's going on. So absolutely take time to report it.
Lisa, as you dig into the back end of this, I will say this about the credit cards that I own. I am thankful to get a call saying, hey, this looks a little strange. Let me know about, can you confirm your last 2 withdrawals from your account? I appreciate that about my credit union. I think it's wonderful. I will never fault them for doing that. Mm-hmm. Not every banking institution operates the same way. Credit cards as well. Can you kind of get ahead of the game with your credit card companies or trying to establish some kind of phone-to-phone phone call here for fraud alert?
Absolutely. I mean, you can contact your banking or credit card union. You can contact your credit card companies and let them know that you would like this set up. I'm with you. I appreciate it. I've gotten those text messages. I've gotten the calls from my credit card company. Just happened last week. I'm planning a trip, and so they called and let me know there was a large, expense that all of a sudden came through. And I was surprised by that, but very appreciative. But yeah, absolutely get on the front end so that you don't suffer later.
Do you ever have it where people realize, okay, this is a scam, and they want to hold the scammer on for a moment to maybe get more information to pass along to the BBB or to pass along to the credit card agency? And if so, what would you advise in that situation?
Yeah, that's a good question because I actually like that only because then I get fed the information that I may be missing. And I tell people when I go out and I give presentations to groups, if you have somebody on the phone or somebody at your doorstep, ask for a business card, ask some questions, get that information because, for example, if somebody's going door to door and making an offer or telling you that you have, hail damage to your roof, we want to know who's coming through our neighborhoods. And the only way we're going to get that is if you ask questions and get that information. Ask for a business card. If they withhold the information or they don't have a business card or say that they don't, somebody came to my door last week and said, oh, it's, our permit is in the car and so is our business card. And I said, well, that's not a very good place for it, is it? So, yeah, absolutely ask questions. Now, I will say that in one of our tips on our press release regarding recovering from a scam that we put out today, says do not really engage. If you get a phone call all the time, you don't want to keep them on the phone too long. You want to, hang up if you realize that it's, something that's not in the up and up.
By the way, that man was knocking on the wrong door if he was trying to scam you. He didn't know whose door he was knocking
on. Of all the people. A lot of times free trials pop up to do things, right? You might want to try something on your computer. You got to do some editing or something. You don't want to pay for the full service, so you try and do the week-long trial. You hook up your credit card to it. This can be a dangerous path, too, in a couple of different fronts. Number one, you might forget about it, and all of a sudden your credit card is being charged, rightfully. Or number two, it's a dummy website that you're going to, and now they've got your credit card, and you can't do anything about it.
Right. Free trials are really, and answering to them is really a catch-22 because, first of all, they're an extremely popular marketing tactic, and they give us the chance to try out a product. So it's good for the business, good for the consumer, because if we like it, we're going to give them business, we're going to go forward with it. However, we do see a lot of reports from consumers, complaints, and reports to our BBB Scam Tracker in regard to free trials specifically, and these subscription services as well, where, people start putting in all of their contact information and, of course, their financial information. They'll put in a credit card, sometimes even a debit card, although we recommend always using a credit card when online. And because you're asked to pay usually for shipping and handling. So you think that you're getting that free, product, whatever it is, and you're asked to pay maybe $2.99 for shipping and handling. But then all of a sudden people, come to find out that they're being charged on a monthly basis when they just wanted that free trial. They just wanted to try the product. And a lot of times, it'll go on month after month after month, and people won't realize it because they're not checking those statements like we just talked about earlier as often as they should. And then when they finally realize, that, oh my gosh, there's a charge for $57.99, and then they go back and look at their statement or they call their credit card company, they find out this has been going on for months or even sometimes a year. And depending on how long it's been going on, you might not be able to get all of your money back. So I've seen that happen as well.
It almost seems like, and I know a lot of people don't do it because you're signing up real quick and you're not thinking about it, but just an easy mark it on your calendar. If it's a year or if it's 6 months, just go ahead and make that note in your cell phone that I need to go and cancel this.
Right, because it almost always has a time limit. So very good advice. Definitely mark it on your calendar. If you haven't canceled your order, you may be able to, do it at a later time. So, but you have to know when that time period expires for sure.
Lisa, we always appreciate having you here for our new segment, Be Aware with the BBB, and we will see you hopefully at the Wisconsin State Fair. We're working on that right now.
Thank you so much.
Time right now is 1:26. Coming up next, it is local news and your top national headlines.
Don't miss Fleet Farm's Buy 3, Get 1 Free Cooper Tire Special going on now. That's right. Pick out 3 qualifying Cooper tires, and the 4th tire is absolutely free when you add the complete installation package with our Resolute Road Hazard policy. Plus, for a limited time, save $50 per axle on any brake service at our auto centers. Tires, brakes, oil, batteries. Let our Fleet Farm techs take care of your auto needs, all at the best prices guaranteed. Cooper tire offer not available at Hastings.
Helping people and families seriously injured in accidents and standing up for victims to take the burden off of your shoulders. Greg Matzek here. Let me tell you about Gruber Law Offices. You know the name. You've likely seen David on TV, maybe at a sporting event, maybe at one of a number of community initiatives. It's what they do at Gruber. They give back and they help you if you've been hurt in an accident. Make a call to Gruber and they take it from there, focusing on the legal aspect while you focus on healing. As one of the largest personal injury firms in the Midwest, great people, family-run business, getting results here in the state of Wisconsin for 40 years, making a difference and helping those in the community. That's it. That's Gruber Law Offices in a nutshell. Locally known, nationally recognized, visit gruber-law.com. If you've been hurt in an accident, reach out and make a phone call to 414-276-6666.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
Hey, this is Honest Eddie from the car lot down the street.
Hi, Honest Eddie.
Is it true your showrooms don't have any employees?
That's right. Hasselus mattress showrooms are employee-free.
Now, don't you be dishonest with Honest Eddie.
It's true. Give the mattresses a try with no pushy sales guy. And through Monday, get additional instant savings of $248 off Sealy Posturepedic and Beauty Rest.
Son, to make it in sales, you gotta pressure people. Like, what's your budget? Or, I know it's the most expensive model, but trust me, it's the right one for you. And what's it gonna take to get you into a Sealy Posturepedic or Beauty Rest today?
But that's hassling customers.
Yeah, so?
Our store is called Hassle Less Mattress.
Just change the name. How about Wacky Westerns?
Uh-oh, you're breaking up. Gotta go.
Wait, no, let me talk to my manager.
Hasseless Mattress, 100% Eddie free. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at hasseless.com.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. How's the knee feeling? Still bothering you? Or the back? Is the back still barking like ever? Is it bad enough where you're not even enjoying the summer because you're not doing what you want to do because of the achy joint pain? You're stuck. And now you're hearing, maybe you're going to need surgery. Well, maybe not. You really should try calling QC Kinetics, the leaders in regenerative medicine. QC Kinetics uses treatments like advanced cellular therapy and platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. No knife, no drugs, no downtime, and no masking of the pain. It's at least worth calling for a second opinion. Call QC Kinetics today. It's 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Meet with the team and let them explain firsthand how QC Kinetics can help you enjoy your summer. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Get sale discounts store-wide all month long. What a great time to shop for all of your Christmas needs. Get your holiday decor and so much more, along with all the great bargains we always have for you. It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Get ready for Germanfest, carnival style. Sink your teeth into Spanferkel, cheer on the tiny racers at the Dachshund Derby, and dance the night away with Vox Club, Juhe aus Tirol, and top bands from around the country. Don't miss the colorful parade, and on Saturday night, wear your best costume for the Masquerade Ball at the Miller Stage. Eat, drink, schunkel, and make it your tradition at Germanfest. For more information and online tickets, visit GermanFest.com.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. British rocker Ozzy Osbourne, the frontman for the heavy metal band Black Sabbath, has died. His family announced his death, saying he passed away surrounded by family. Osbourne was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2019. Ozzy Osbourne was 76. Attorney General Todd Blanche says he plans to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell in prison about the Jeffrey Epstein case. Maxwell is Epstein's ex-girlfriend and co-conspirator convicted of sex trafficking. It comes amid a push for the full release of the Epstein files and for Maxwell to be deposed. Here's ABC's Jay O'Brien.
I've also spoken with some Republicans who have said, look, they're not going to forget about this and they're not going to move on. Thomas Massey has said he's going to continue to work with Democrats and a handful of Republicans on legislation that would force the release of Epstein-related records that the Department of Justice has. The earliest that he could probably force that vote to release those records would be after Congress goes out on recess in August.
This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 1:31. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a developing story in Racine, a large police presence near Reschke and Prospect Avenues on Racine's northwest side. Police are asking people to avoid the area since it's an active situation. We'll bring you more details as they become available. Reschke and Prospect Avenues in Racine blocked off right now due to an active situation.
A Milwaukee County Transit System bus driver is out of the hospital after being attacked on the job. The incident happened late last week near 32nd and Florist. The suspect forced his way onto the bus and battered the driver. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports the driver is a 12-year veteran of MCTS and received multiple stitches to the forehead and also has black eyes. The assault comes amid contract negotiations between MCTS and the bus drivers union, which voted this month to authorize a strike.
Search efforts continue in La Crosse for a woman last seen near the Mississippi River early Sunday morning.
Police search efforts have canvassed the area both on land and in the fast-moving water of the Mississippi River, near where Elliot Hines was last seen early Sunday morning. Her mother, Amber, with a plea to the community.
If you have Ring cameras and you think that you might have captured an image of Elliot, please call them, let them take a look at your footage.
Hines is a grad student at Viterbo University and a native of Hortonville. Her brother, Brett, speaking to News 8 in La Crosse.
We don't know where Elliot is. We need to find her. It's tearing our family apart right now.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
More information and photos of Hines are available online at WTMJ.com.
The FAA just announced it's finalized a major overhaul of light sport aircraft rules. The U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, was there to make the announcement at the EAA Air Venture in Oshkosh.
We're going to remove outdated weight limits on light sport aircraft. We're going to allow properly certified pilots to fly more aircraft, including some aerial work. And this expands what qualifies as light sport, cutting unnecessary regulatory burdens while keeping safety front and center.
The rule marks the most sweeping update to this segment of general aviation since 2004.
Making new aircraft qualifications available for amateur aviators. Amazing work by Sean Duffy. A Milwaukee-based company, meanwhile, is wrapping up its annual meeting.
If you've been downtown the last few days, you've probably run into an advisor from Northwestern Mutual. Over 11,000 employees come to the city for the 4-day meeting, which is expected to bring in $21 million in economic impact. Managing partner Frank DeMeglio tells WTMJ.
The annual meeting's a really special mix of education, motivation, inspiration, tons of recognition, and really kind of fellowship and community. People leave with tons of new learnings, kind of a recharged experience.
Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
The Milwaukee Brewers need just one more win for the city to win free burgers. Vice President of George Webb Restaurants, Ryan Stam.
It's something, like I said, our founder, George Webb, did since the late 40s with the Braves. And it continued to kind of resonate with us. And, we're huge baseball fans and love the Brewers. And I think it's something that it's part of who we are.
Take note, Stam says the restaurants will need time to announce exactly when the giveaway will be available.
We'll definitely give everyone an opportunity to get a burger during a certain amount of time, that's for sure.
The last time George Webb Restaurants gave away free burgers at its 31 locations was 2018.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next, including the latest on those Brewers at 1:35. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time.
Hey, boaters! At Kendor Marine, we have everything you could want, think of, or wish for your boat.
We're committed to making sure you always have a place to fulfill every boating need that you have. And if you ask around, you'll find out our prices always beat the other guys. This is Dave Dorrell from Kendor Marine. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water. Hey, boaters.
This is Dave Dorrell from Kendor Marine. And hey, boaters love shopping here. How do I know? Well, most times it's because they tell me, Dave, I love shopping here. But other times it's because they tell you. If you need a reason to come here, just check out our online reviews. They tell the whole story. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
Doing banking differently since 1896. Greg Matzek here for Horicon Bank. Think about that for a second. Over 100 years of focus on the community and your business. At Horicon Bank, financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. And yes, Horicon Bank is expanding, but they've not lost that community-minded feel. I trust Horicon Bank. I've connected with Horicon Bank, and I invite you to do the same. It's Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice, member FDIC.
If you or a loved one is ever hurt in an accident, don't call the first lawyer you happen to see on TV. Instead, call the law firm that's most qualified to handle the complexities of your case. Or call the firm that won the largest personal injury verdict in Wisconsin history. Or the one with the largest product liability verdict in state history. Or the one that has recovered more million-dollar results than any other firm in Wisconsin. It all happens to be the same firm. Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service. Visit habish.com for more information.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. Family owned, family operated, family priced. Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Brewers take on the Mariners tonight, owners of the best record in baseball.
Each and every day you come to the field, it's like your mind doesn't want to go, well, when's it going to stop? I think we're in a spot now where we're continuing to play good baseball. Hope to keep it going, but yeah, it's been fun. I just want to blend in and be a part of it.
That's Brewers starter Brandon Woodruff. He picked up the win last night to extend the Brewers' winning streak to 11 games. The crew goes for 12 tonight with Jacob Mizorowski on the mound. Coverage begins at 8:05. And Packers training camp gets rolling on Wednesday with an open to the public practice beginning at 10:30. Packers and offensive lineman Zach Tom agreed to terms on a 4-year, $88 million contract extension.
Let's get you an update on the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. This is a time of disabled vehicles out of the system. 41 especially is hard hit with disabled vehicles. Right now we've got 4145, about 2.5 miles beyond the ramp from Holy Hill Road. Right shoulder is blocked because of a car that's broken down. 4145 south, right around the ramp from Main Street. Right shoulder blocked due to a car that's broken down there. We also no longer have a crash and no disabled vehicles on 41 in our construction zone, but it is very slow, due in part because of the construction and due in part because of incidents that have now since cleared. So good news, it's cleared. Bad news is it is still slow on 41 in our construction zones. Also, I-94 East, a little bit beyond the ramp from County T, right shoulder is blocked there due to a car that's broken down. And also in the Fox Point area, I-43 North, right around Good Hope Road, right shoulder is blocked because of a car that's broken down.
Well, nice day today, but you're going to get to this point where the low temperatures, which is going to be in the 70s, and the dew point, which is also going to be in the 70s, sort of have that mesh point. I don't know if that's ever a good thing. I don't know if you want your dew points and your temperatures to be the same. Much the same, I don't think you ever want your wind gusts to be the same as your temperature. I haven't found out that sweet spot yet. None of that sounds good, though.
Well, I think what it sounds like is it's going to be hot. In fact, I think it's getting dangerously hot. So let's check in with Chief Meteorologist for TMJ4, Brian Niznansky. Brian, we got to be prepared for this coming up, huh?
We do, yeah. Things are really going to ramp up tomorrow. You can already feel it's quite a bit warmer today, and the humidity's starting to get going. Greg, I never thought of that with wind and temperature. You're right. I'm going in my head right now, and I'm thinking,
right.
Well, 60 sounds awesome, but 60-mile-per-hour winds don't. 30-mile-per-hour winds isn't too bad, but 30 degrees at 30 miles per hour seems pretty rough.
Yeah.
It's
makes you think, doesn't it?
I can't think of a sweet spot. No.
Well, the dew points are going to ratchet up here too, and I'm thinking ahead to training camp opening up for the Packers if they adjust anything because of the heat. But obviously, this is where people stand for all hours of the morning, hoping to get a glimpse of the Packers. And I don't know if they have the same heat advisory up there, Brian, but I still see temperatures in the 90s.
Yeah, it's not going to be quite as hot up there, but what they could be dealing with is more of a combination of heat and storms. The biggest storm track is to the north of us. That's where the Ring of Fire sets up. There could be rounds of storms already up there tonight, maybe a couple more rounds possible tomorrow. Now, it's not going to be a guarantee each time. And then eventually, I would say by Thursday, we start to see our storm chances increasing. We still could get clipped with something tomorrow and into tomorrow night, but Thursday, our storm chances increase. But you're right. I mean, anybody going to check out the Packers, anybody going to EAA, our friends from Northwest Mutual, I just was listening to you guys that are in town, walking around downtown. Everybody tomorrow and into Thursday going to need to just kind of chill out. Again, this isn't anything that if you walk outside in 1 minute, you're going to drop dead, but you should really honestly think about, lessening your activity. If you're someone who's fit and has to go for that run, maybe you trim it back a couple miles for tomorrow.
So we've got the extreme heat watch from tomorrow morning until Thursday evening for all of southeastern Wisconsin. Niz, what about across the country? What's going on with this heat in other spots as well?
Yeah, big heat dome is setting up. This is kind of a standard heat wave. Actually, just within the last couple of minutes, the National Weather Service switching over the extreme heat watch to a heat advisory for us. They had to make a decision within 24 hours of the heat to go extreme heat warning or heat advisory. They went with the lesser heat advisory. Now, that doesn't mean it's not going to be hot. It's just the threshold of longevity of this heat or how hot it's going to get didn't quite get to. They don't think it's going to quite get to the extreme heat warning, which typically you want it. Well, you don't want to. You see heat index values up to around 110. We're probably going to fall just shy of that for tomorrow. But yeah, we're not alone, as you just mentioned, Jessica. We got several states under some sort of heat advisory watch or warning, especially down towards like Missouri, Kansas, Iowa. They could see dew points in the 80s there, and we'll get close to that, but they are definitely more in line for dew points in the 80s. And what's going on there is it is peak corn sweat time. We've talked about this maybe the last couple of days, and it's a real thing, like corn that is mature before it starts browning, when it's basically at its biggest height. It's still green. It's emitting a ton of moisture into the atmosphere. So it's sucked up a lot of moisture from the ground. Now it's kind of sweating out some of the moisture in this heat, and that actually noticeably bumps up the dew points by at least a couple degrees, and that's what we're going to be dealing with these next couple days.
Chance of rain tomorrow and Thursday, Brian, does that exist at all?
Yeah, tomorrow I still think it's pretty small for most of us in southeastern Wisconsin, but maybe a little bit higher for our northern spots. So the farther north you go, the better chance you have for rain. Again, I mentioned this too the last couple of days. This is a little bit tricky. Ring of Fire storms, they're tough to handle because they're just really hard to time out. You're not facing like in a big time front or anything like that. So Wednesday's a very small chance for us. Thursday we have a better chance of storms because by then a front does start to sag a little bit farther south. So while northern Wisconsin is going to see the action tonight and tomorrow, most of the action for us holds off until Thursday.
All right, Niz, stay warm out there or stay cool tomorrow.
Stay cool.
Yeah, I'm going to try. My kids are at YMCA camp tomorrow. Last time it got hot, I won some dad points. I picked up like a big old box of freeze pops and dropped them off. Let's see. I don't know. I'm hoping another parent steps up tomorrow, but if not, I'll
You'll be the guy if not.
Yeah.
Love it.
You're a fine American, Niz. We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, guys.
Thanks, Niz.
144 on WTMJ. Hey, I'm not sure if Niz is bidding on this. Maybe Mark Murphy or Adam McKelvey, our previous guest. Maybe you, Jessica. You might be the leader in the clubhouse to win Deep Thought, the boat. The auction is up and running. How many hundreds of dollars have been placed? We'll find out after this.
The One Big Beautiful Bill spans over 800 pages and introduces provisions and policy shifts that could impact your taxes in retirement. It marks a significant overhaul of the government's role across multiple sectors. As the implications unfold, Questions abound. Annex Wealth Management is hosting a webinar to address these concerns. Join us Wednesday, July 23rd at noon for a free webinar. We'll explore the latest updates and open the chat for your questions. It's a valuable learning opportunity for everybody. Register today at annexwealth.com/events.
Hey, dog owners and dog lovers, listen up. If you want to find me on a typical Sunday, you might see me down at the Hounds and Tap. It's in Menominee Falls, grabbing a cold drink, maybe some food from a food truck, watching a game, hanging out with the family on a family day with our dog Night. It's a great place to hang out. You can also use the Hounds and Tap for your doggy daycare and boarding needs, grooming services. Use it for anything. Drop your dog off or hang out with your dog. In fact, we're going to have a very cool event at the Hounds and Tap. It's coming up on August 3rd. It is a Sunday, so that means family day. Bring the family, bring your dog if you have one, or come alone and learn more about greyhounds. That's right. If you've listened to the program, you know we have a greyhound. He is 5 years old. His name is Knight, and there's going to be a number of greyhounds at the Hounds and Tap on August 3rd. It's a Sunday. We'll be there from 12:30 to 2:30. I will be there with Knight. We're going to have 5, maybe 6 other greyhounds and their owners. You can learn about this amazing breed of dogs. You don't see them a lot, and you don't see them at humane societies. Greyhound handlers and the volunteer groups here in Wisconsin and other states, they do all the work with the greyhounds that get done racing. That's what we have, a retired racer. He will be on display at the Hounds and Tap. I'll be there with him August 3rd. It's a Sunday from 12:30 to 2:30. It's at the Hounds and Tap off Silver Spring in Menominee Falls, a beautiful location. Come hang out, learn more about this amazing breed, and learn more about the Hounds and Tap.
Tony Evers and the Madison Democrats are too weak and too radical. But the same old career politicians can't stop them.
I'm Bill Berrien, a former Navy SEAL and Wisconsin manufacturer. I'm an outsider and a businessman, just like President Trump. I'm running for governor to advance the Trump agenda, shake up Madison, and put Wisconsin citizens first.
Let's fire the bureaucrats. Hire the outsider. Bill Berrien for governor. Paid for by Bill for Governor.
Shop Tempur-Pedic mattresses at Steinhafels. Queen hybrids start at just $52 a month with 60-month financing. Plus get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Add an anti-snore adjustable base and sleep even better. Only at Steinhafels.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Summer is finally here. We're outside and maybe noticing the condition of our old windows. Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors, your local experts in stylish, energy-efficient replacement windows. Boost your curb appeal with top brands like Pella, Anderson, and Marvin, tailored to fit your home, your style, and your budget. Plus, installation by employee carpenters. Wood, vinyl, fiberglass, all on display in their newly remodeled New Berlin showroom. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. Visit hometownwindows.com today.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
But it can buy me a boat. It can buy me a truck to pull it.
Just got a nugget here from our intrepid producer, Gina. There's only about 10 fans allowed to register now from the Cream Puffapalooza.
Only 10 more slots?
Yeah, so the first 300 fans to register at WTMJ.com will get a free 6-pack of delicious Wisconsin State Pear Cream Puffs, the OG, the original Cream Puffs. 6-packs for the first 300 people to register. We're at about 290 from what I can tell.
Wow.
So the push is on here to get those last 10 spots. Just go to WTMJ.com. You can register right there on our website.
You don't have to buy them. They're free. They're free for you if you get one of those final 10 spots. So you can save your money and maybe buy yourself a boat.
There we go. Yes, commit to the auction here. The Deep Thought auction is up and running. Last I checked, when the auction started, there was about $10 being committed to the purchase of Deep Thought. I assume it's up a little bit. Adam Roberts was on the boat. He was smelling it. He was in it. I don't know if he bid on it.
No, I did not. Reporter's integrity and whatnot. Also, just personally not really interested in this one, but a lot of people are. 27 bids as of 1:50 here on a Tuesday afternoon. $1,000 is currently the price. So that went up. Started at $10 and it's gone up in the last 4 hours or so.
So how much is the county hoping to get? Can you remind people, number one, how much the county spent on this boat? Because it was just sitting out there for months. The county had to figure out what the heck to do with it. And then it wasn't easy to get it out. So there was a lot of money spent to get it out, number one. And then two, how much money they're hoping to get.
Good questions, Jessica. So the overall removal cost was $50,000. And then the county has noted that was a discount. All City Towing, who yanked this thing out and where this currently sits, gave them a cut as a little, I'll scratch your back, you scratch ours. And certainly All City's gotten a lot of publicity out of this whole deal. But they're looking to recoup $20,000 of that. And I did confirm with some sources that said that anonymous donor that was going to originally donate to the city's efforts, they have transferred that money over to the county. Then there was another $10,000 donated from the president of the Hone Foundation. So that leaves $20,000 left to be recouped, and that's what they hope to get. And I asked Guy Smith, director of the Parks Department, when we had the media event earlier, right out of the gate, I asked him straight up, is this worth $20,000 for someone to buy?
I would say it's priceless. We certainly want to recoup the costs of this, and I think it's, kind of a cool story. It's kind of a cool keepsake. So I think it's worth $20,000 or more.
So on our way, $1,000 as of this afternoon.
That is the most ridiculous comment I have ever heard. This thing is not worth $20,000. It is worth whatever somebody is willing to pay for it. I will give it that.
That is
I'd be
art.
shocked if this thing goes for $20,000. You got to get it out. You got to put it somewhere, and that somewhere is likely not to be the water. I'm trying to think what the parts might go for. Maybe $1,000, $1,500, a little nostalgia there. But you got to do something with it. You got to put it somewhere. You're not going to buy it to demolish it.
I would certainly think not. And as you mentioned, Jessica, I got to kind of peer inside and really get my first look. I've been covering this for months, but I have never gotten to see the interior, the working parts, or not working, if you will, of this boat. And while we certainly are not on a sea, so saltwater degradation is not a factor here, there's a lot of muck still kind of caked onto all of this stuff. And to Greg's point, again, and I will reiterate, if you are the winning bidder of this boat, you got your work cut out for you. You are not going to be able to immediately do anything much with it.
Well, and here's the thing. So you got to see the inside of the boat. And by the way, I just want you to tell people, you also took a good sniff. What did it smell like?
It smelled like, imagine if you left something out on a beach for 7 months and then decided to take a whiff. It's not great. We all know it. We love our lake. We love Lake Michigan, but it has its kind of aroma, if you will, if you take a big whiff, and it's kind of stuck in that boat.
So you got to go inside, you got to see inside, and you mentioned the water and that kind of damage, but also I was surprised because people can go online right now and go look at this auction site and see all of the pictures, and they have inside pictures as well. I mean, people went ahead with graffiti and graffitied inside too.
Right, and it's all over the place, whether it's in the sleeping quarters, whether it's in the main cabin area. This thing has been decorated by many artists or just regular passerby over those 7 months it was out there.
It does kind of make me wonder if something like, say, I think about some fun restaurants along the water, like a Barnacle Buds or something like that. I don't think they have the space for it by any means, but an idea like that, I could see pieces or something like this going for something like that. But other than that, I don't know what the heck somebody's going to do with this.
Yeah, it seems a little niche, doesn't it?
Sure,
This is different than those fun beasties that were auctioned off years ago, right? They'd pop up in yards in Elm Grove and Brookfield.
You can still buy those.
I think you can.
Remember a while ago, Greg, we had the Kentucky Bourbon auction that we followed along. Yeah. This is kind of in that similar vein, all online for a certain set of period of time. Lot bigger, wider range, though, for people who want a nice bottle of whiskey than an old boat that was left on the shore.
I kind of wanted the old school auctioneer just to step forward and
That would have been fun. Yeah, we
just
were
have it
kind of
go.
hoping for that.
It might get 2-3 people to show up maybe for that.
So here's the thing, though. There is somebody out there, and we've already, right now, we're up to 27 bids, though that has slowed. It was going this morning. It was going from like 1 bid to 20 to 23 to 27, and now since the start of our show, I've been monitoring it. We're just sitting at 27 bids. But there is somebody out there, including these 27 people, who are hoping to get it. So what does somebody need to know if they ultimately do want to get deep thought?
Exactly, because there is some of that buyer beware written contract stuff you got to be aware of whenever it comes down to these kinds of auctions. So the number one biggest thing to remember, you got to get this thing off on your own. All City, while they have the equipment to move it out, their hands are kind of up like, hey, you get this, you're going to be the legal owner, which means like anything you own, you got to take care of your property. So you're going to have to take it off on your own. There's also tax, which is going to be implicated in this as well. You're not just going to bid $5,000 and then hand them a check and that's going to be it. You'll have to pay some sort of tax and a buyer's premium as well. And then the other important thing to note, once August 5th is the final date for the auction, once they determine who the winner is, and it will be very interesting to see whoo that ultimately is.
Can't wait.
Going to have 7 days to get it off the lot. Otherwise, we may be back to square one again if someone bids the $5,000 and then just whoosh, goes AWOL and we don't know who it is still.
I would like to publicly announce we're going to have that person on WTMJ at some point.
And I, for one, welcome the boat buyer to this show.
Whoever that person or entity is. But I kind of like your idea, Jessica. Barnacle Bud, stick it in the water.
Something like that, right? Just to
do
make
something.
it part of the experience at a restaurant.
I could see that.
I don't know what else we're going to do with it. But
my idea was if you have some of those bars that have the sand volleyball pits outside, maybe like cut it in part and then stick it in at an angle so it looks like something out of Planet of the Apes or something like that. You blew it all up! It's just a piece of deep thought.
A lot of ideas here. All right. Well, we'll continue to follow this here on WTMJ.
Deep Thoughts with Adam Roberts.
157.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Gina has let me know that we are all full. The all call for people to register for free cream puffs. We've achieved our goal of 300, right? It's all it. It's done. We're done.
Those
no more.
300 slots are filled. Ooh, it's going to be yummy that morning.
Okay, yeah. Enjoy your cream puffs. Cream Puffapalooza is coming in advance of Wisconsin State Fair. Before that, during the fair, after the fair, during football season, whenever, make sure to get your hands on some Palermo's pizza while you're at it. There you go. Dessert and dinner all there in one. Sounds good to me. Connie's Urban Pie, Screamin' Sicilian, that's a personal favorite. Got the Primo Thin, the Breakfast Pizza, Surfer Boy, you name it. Any one of a number of fantastic varieties of pizza made by Palermo's. Over 60 years in the business, right here in Milwaukee. In fact, if you're driving on Canal Street and you're headed toward the stadium or maybe away to downtown, yeah, you can smell it sometimes. The yeast, the dough, the deliciousness of Palermo's right there at their headquarters in Milwaukee. A name synonymous with frozen pizza. Get your hands on Palermo's and their new original Cheez-It flavored crust. This is an interesting collaboration. 100% real cheese paired with your favorite toppings. It'll remind you of the irresistible cheesy flavor. You'll love it all month long here. Cheez-It frozen pizza on sale for $7.99 at all Pick and Save locations. It's Palermo's.
The historic Fox and Hound Supper Club near Holy Hill is hiring experienced line cooks. Evening and weekend hours are required. You'll make real money and always be busy. Parents and grandparents, tell your kids. Inquire today. Start next week. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Hey, Wisconsin, are you feeling summer? Then it's time to feel cheesy. It's time to feel good. July 31st through August 10th, only at the Wisconsin State Fair. Presented by U.S. Cellular.
When you're at State Fair this year, be sure to check out the Bank 5-9 main stage featuring amazing acts like Boys to Men, Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias, and Darius Rucker. Tickets are on sale now. Bank 5-9 is a proud sponsor of the fair and a proud supporter of the local Wisconsin communities they have served since 1859. So grab your bucket of lemonade or beer, something on a stick, and join Bank 5-9 between July 31st and August 10th. Member FDIC.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
I know you have a great dog, right? But you know there's room for improvement. At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we can help. Our attention-based training system uses modern technology to help you better communicate with your dog, even in high distraction. When you schedule a free consultation with us, you will have the opportunity to see our training in action and meet for yourself our happy dogs off leash and under control. Contact Sit Means Sit today at 262-361-3641 or find us on the web at sitmeansitwaukesha.com to schedule your free consultation so you can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, they clicked on the blue button. We sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. We also let them know about AccuNet's property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval did include that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with the local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. We'll also likely save you $1,000 to $3,000 in closing costs for exactly the same rate as your bank. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The Brewers have won 11 in a row.
The Brewers head to Seattle to take on the Mariners.
The best record in baseball belongs to Milwaukee.
Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:05. We are the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 2:02. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Tuesday, July 22nd. Your top story, looking for an intruder to state representative's home.
I'm Jessica Tighe. A heavy metal icon passes away.
Primarily a sunny day, high of 81, low of 71. Extreme heat watch Wednesday morning to Thursday evening for all of southeastern Wisconsin. Very hot, very humid on Wednesday and Thursday. High temperatures in the mid-90s with a heat index that could approach 108. 77 and sunny in Milwaukee at 2:03. From the WTMJ breaking newsroom, the Wisconsin State Capitol Police Department needs help in identifying a man attempting to break into a state representative's home. Police responded about 10 o'clock Monday night to a shirtless man trying to open the door of Representative Priscilla Prato's home in Milwaukee. He wasn't able to get into the house, but walked around the property for a while. Also captured on surveillance and is described as a white man in his late 40s to early 50s, about 6 feet tall and 200 pounds, with shoulder-length blonde hair. You can see photos online at WTMJ.com.
New details about the man from Dodgeville accused of stealing a woman's car and murdering her.
23-year-old Gavin Thompson remains in custody in Lancaster County after he led police on a chase in Nebraska with the body of 67-year-old Dorinda Segbrecht in the backseat of her car last week. Investigators say Thompson admitted to stealing her car because he recently lost his job, then stabbed her to death. Thompson's attorney has requested a competency evaluation to determine if he's fit to stand trial in Nebraska, so he likely won't be extradited back to Wisconsin anytime soon. Jessica Gatzo, WTMJ News.
A developing story in Racine, a large police presence near Reschke and Prospect Avenues on Racine's northwest side. Police asking folks to avoid the area. It's an active situation. We'll bring you more details as they become available.
The man known as the Prince of Darkness has died.
Ozzy Osbourne rose to prominence during the 1970s as the lead singer of the heavy metal band Black Sabbath. The so-called Prince of Darkness caused an uproar for biting the head off of a bat, but he was able to show his lighter side when a reality show about his family premiered on MTV back in 2002. Crazy. While his music resonated with heavy metal fans, on the show, one of the first in the reality TV world, his kookiness did.
The
cooking channel.
The bike your own bread channel.
Ozzy Osbourne, the godfather of heavy metal, was 76. Matt Piper, CBS News.
The Prince of Darkness is dead. In 2020, Osbourne revealed he had Parkinson's disease.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up about 150 points at 44,480. NASDAQ off about 60 points this afternoon at 20,915. S&P 500 up a little under 10 points at 6312. What does the big, beautiful bill have to do with your retirement and investment future? There's a free Annex Wealth Management webinar. It's tomorrow, the 23rd. Begins at noon. Visit annexwealth.com for more details.
Packers training camp begins tomorrow. We're looking ahead. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:05.
It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Get sale discounts store-wide all month long. What a great time to shop for all of your Christmas needs. Get your holiday decor and so much more, along with all the great bargains we always have for you. It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, representing the auto dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam member dealers employ more than 6,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 15th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil campaign. To date, Adam has donated over $953,000, which provided over 3.8 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Get your aches and pains under control. But not only that, regular care with Connect Chiro can bring back your energy. A lot of folks start with headaches, back pain, and shoulder pain. How quickly you see results varies from person to person, but time and repetition are the key to staying on track. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. Connect Chiro docs use a special tool for all your adjustments, targeted results, and a gentler experience. Check out the new location in Oak Creek or get started at GoConnectChiro.com.
Set sail on an unforgettable adventure with Celebrity Cruises. Discover exclusive offers only available through Fox World Travel during the Fox exclusive July sale. Experience luxury at sea with world-class dining, exhilarating entertainment, and stunning destinations. Whether you're dreaming of the Caribbean, Alaska, or beyond, we've got the perfect cruise for you. Book now to enjoy stackable discounts only at Fox World Travel. The sale ends July 25th. Don't miss out.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all Sports Desk. It's the Brewers and Mariners tonight as Milwaukee goes for win number 12 in a row, and free burgers from Webb's. Coverage gets underway at 8:05 on WTMJ. Packers training camp begins tomorrow. Going to be a hot one if you're headed to Green Bay. Temperatures expected to be in the low 90s. Preseason game number 1, believe it or not, scheduled for August 9th at Lambeau.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. We did have a fan write in saying that they had recently gone past 41 South and the accident there had not cleared. It's in the right 2 lanes. The fan says 2 vehicles just before Capitol Drive. DOT did clear it on our big board for some reason. I was taking a peek at the cameras. I do see 1 car off to the side for sure. Bottom line, though, I definitely see, looking at the cameras, a significant delay. And this is in our construction zone, but it is very slow going right now, almost starting from around Bradley and going all the way past Hampton. Then it lets up for a little bit there around Hampton. But just a heads up there, we have a handful of disabled vehicles along the system as well. Most of them are not causing any problems. This one in a busy spot, 4194 North at Drexel Avenue. Expect lane closures there because of a disabled vehicle. Also, 45 North at Wisconsin 145. Right shoulder is blocked there because of a car that's broken down. And this one has been sticking around as well, 4145 South. Right around the Holy Hill Road area, right shoulder blocked because of a broken down car.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mine Shaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
Enjoy the new all-you-can-eat Saturday breakfast buffet from 8 a.m. till noon for under $10 at the Mine Shaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford. Just walk on in. It's big food, it's big fun, it's the Mine Shaft.
Well, nice day today overall. 81 the high, inland, little cooler near the lakes. Beautiful outside right now. Good air quality. Nice. Tomorrow, it gets hot. Overnight low 71, up to 95 tomorrow. Heat index pushing toward 108, and the same goes for Thursday. Slight chance of rain. I don't know if it's going to cool much off. It's primarily a sunny, hot, and humid day with some clouds. 77 and sunny in Milwaukee at 2. Wait for it. 10.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
Well, today would be a great day to check out the podcast page. It's built by Siding Unlimited. Wherever you get your podcast, you can subscribe for Wisconsin's Midday News. We talked to Adam McKelvey, Brewers.com writer, who's in Seattle, where the Brewers are going for 12 wins in a row tonight. The Miz is on the mound. We talked to outgoing Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy. We're going to bring you a portion of that back here at about 2:35. We asked him, what was tougher, parting ways with Aaron Rodgers, figuring out what to do with Brett Favre after you said I'm retired? No, I'm not retired. Or dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic? A very interesting answer. We'll have it for you at 2:35.
I also loved his answer to whether he would retire if they didn't have the age requirement. That was telling.
That was very interesting as well. All that and more. It's the Wisconsin's Midday News podcast built by Siding Unlimited.
Here's your top 2 at 2 on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, Deep Thought is now up for auction. Yep, you can now bid on the abandoned boat that became a local spectacle along Milwaukee's lakefront. The auction went live at 9 o'clock this morning at govdeals.com. It runs through Tuesday, August 5th, so they have a while to go yet. Remember this? How can you forget it? An out-of-town couple ran out of gas and grounded this boat. It was stuck for months, ultimately leaving the county to figure out what to do with it. Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley today on the decision to put this boat up for auction.
Now, this auction isn't just a quirky headline. This is actually about fiscal responsibility. This boat's removal was not only complex, but it was a costly process. And now we're working to recoup some of those public dollars.
At the end of that press conference, he was like, now I'm waiting to see your bids come in.
Keep waiting.
Well, the county is hoping to get $20,000 for this boat. It is being sold as is with all the graffiti and everything. And you remember all the graffiti that was on the side of it. But now that it's up for auction, you can look at all the pictures. There's 46 pictures of this boat. I don't know why it surprised me, but for some reason it did, seeing the interior and seeing all the graffiti on the inside, down in the bottom. I was like, oh man, I didn't realize. But yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, so many people got on that boat and were just, making their mark. And yeah. So anyways, here's the deal. We have been watching this. 27 people have already put in a bid. What was it, like the first 20 minutes? There was just one person, $10.
Yeah, it was not me.
That was kind of amusing. But 27 people have already put in a bid, and it's now up to $1,000. So still a long way to go, but we've got days yet for people to bid on this, and more people are going to learn that it's now up for auction as the days go on here. The winning bidder, in case you're interested, is responsible for removing the boat from the tow lot where it sits now. Got to get it out of there.
Number 2, 1987, 2018. The only 2 occasions in Brewers franchise history they've achieved a winning streak of at least 12 games, prompting free hamburgers from George Webb's. Here was the game in 1987 that secured the free meat.
3-2, 2 outs, 4-4, 9th inning. Gantner, there he goes. The pitch, a swing and a fly ball, right field and deep. Get up, and get out of here. Gone for Swaim, and they've done it again. 12 in a row on a 2-run blast by Swaim to win it. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow. Do you believe it?
Yeah, the iconic call from Bob Uecker. People remember that as the Easter Sunday win, right? 12 in a row. People going crazy.
Huge.
Not to be lost, free burgers from Webb's. Maybe that's why the crowd was going so nuts. In 2018, Webb served up about 90,000 burgers, handed out 100,000 free vouchers. But back in 87, nearly 170,000 free hamburgers were distributed. It was like a street festival. So pretty amazing story here. The Brewers need one more win to lock down free burgers from Webb's, and we've got Webb's VP Ryan Stamm joining us in studio to talk about the process. I'm curious to know if there's an insurance policy they pay every year, right? It's like that guy in Pittsburgh, free furniture if the Steelers win the Super Bowl or whatever the heck. right? There's got to be something you pay into for that, I would think.
I just can't wait to go back in time for a moment, too, and go back the history and how this all started. Because some people just know, like, free burgers and just don't remember the history of it.
Well, Webb's has been around since the 40s, so there's quite a history there, no doubt. Ryan Stamm joins us, the VP of George Webb Restaurants, in our studio after this.
Are you frustrated with those trendy weight loss shots? Whether you've hit a plateau, can't handle the side effects, or watch the pounds creep back after stopping, there's a better way. The Milwaukee Weight Loss Program has helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks without expensive injections or uncomfortable side effects. Our doctor-developed program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast. Ready for real lasting results? Our caring team at Milwaukee Weight Loss is ready to help you achieve your weight loss goals. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. I dropped 40 pounds with Milwaukee Weight Loss. No crazy workouts, no meal kits or shakes, and definitely no meds or injections. They helped reset my metabolism, and the weight's actually stayed off. It's been a game changer for me. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Schedule your free consultation today by calling 262-393-2334 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Comfort Awnings and Abbey Home. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. At 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact NX Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at nxwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Oh, warm today. Pleasant summer day. A high of 81 degrees. A lot of sun. 77 right now in Milwaukee. Tomorrow it gets hot. 95 with an air index, heat index, I should say, upwards of 108. Yeah, it's going to be stifling the next couple of days. Heat advisory goes into effect tomorrow, runs through the end of the day on Thursday. 77 and sunny in Milwaukee at 217. Well, it's only happened twice in franchise history. 1987 Easter Sunday, Dale Swaim's home run in the ninth inning to beat the Rangers. I remember it like it was yesterday. You'd think, in watching that video and listening to Bob's iconic call, that people were celebrating the 12th win of the season to start the season for the Brewers on Easter Sunday. No. They were celebrating free burgers from Webb's.
Free food.
The very first free burger distribution by George Webb, the iconic Milwaukee restaurant going back to the 1940s. Well, here we are again, aside of 2018. The third opportunity. We're knocking on the door of opportunity for Webb's to distribute free burgers in Milwaukee. Ryan Stamm is the vice president of George Webb Restaurants. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Exciting times. You're representing your Brewers blue here with your polo shirt. You ready for this?
Yeah, we're at 11, which is we're right there. So it's right in front of us.
When do you start counting? When do you start looking at it and thinking like, all right, we have to shift plans and stack up for inventory?
Yeah, well, I just talked to Vinny, and he usually starts about 5 games. So I don't start that early. So he wanted his burger early. But yeah, 9-10 wins, we start to pay attention. I mean, that's getting close. So, but yeah, we have great suppliers, great vendors. We'll be ready when they win tonight. So, yeah, we all hands on deck at this point.
This prediction dates back more than 80 years. And I love looking. I was just saying, I was looking at yesterday some of these old pictures that the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel grabbed, and these black and white photos. And they're inside. They take you inside George Webb's. Back in the day, I loved it. There was a lady who was protecting her perm with a little scarf. There was a man who was smoking a cigarette inside the George Webb. Can you take us back? Because there are a lot of younger people who were just like, I can't wait. We're going to get this. We're going to get free burgers, but don't understand the history behind it. How did this all get started?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this is really a part of history of Milwaukee. You know, the prediction was started in the late 40s with the Milwaukee Braves, that they would win 13. Our founder, George Webb, was a huge baseball fan. So, I mean, baseball meant everything to him. You know, he would go every year to spring training for the Braves, I think, down in Florida. So it's like he was avid baseball fan, really just in a way a marketing genius as well to say, hey, this is my prediction, 13 games. And, obviously the Braves left, Brewers came in and we did 12 games. So it didn't pay off till 87. So it took a long time to kind of see this come to fruition, but there's a lot of history behind it. And those pictures are great to look at and see what went on during that time.
It is a name synonymous with Brewers baseball, George Webb Restaurants. There's no doubt about it. All right, I have to ask you about the back end of this. Do you pay into an insurance policy every year to account for such a thing?
We don't. In fact, someone asked me that today as well. We don't. I think it's such a rare thing, and it's such a hard prediction to do. I mean, winning 12 games in baseball is not easy. I mean, you basically have to sweep 3 or 4 teams. It just doesn't happen. So, I mean, twice since 87, we don't have an insurance policy, but, our owners and our franchisees, and it's just such an important, iconic tradition for us. We can't say no and not do it. I mean, we're not going to do that.
What do you expect as far as crowds, assuming that tonight we get that win? We're just going to speak it into existence.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts. I mean, we're going to announce, after the game tonight when they win, because I'll predict that. We'll come up with a day that everyone can come get a free burger, and we're going to do it as quick as we possibly can. I mean, we need to order 20,000 pounds of hamburgers, so that just doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
So we'll make sure we're ready. We'll have everything that goes along with the burger, and we'll announce a payoff date. We'll make sure everyone gets a burger. That's for sure.
Who does this put more stress on? You in the supplier side, or those who are in the restaurants flipping, doing the work?
It's definitely our staff. I mean, this in 2018 when it happened, we were tired after it happened, but it's so worth it. I mean, staff asks me to work this day. It's part of history. They love it, and they want to be there and be part of it.
Is it true that in the past somebody actually bronzed one of the George Webb burgers after this?
They did. In fact,
my goodness.
I talked to that person who bronzed that burger, I think, back in 2018. So he lives out of state. Yeah, but there's people that would freeze their burgers and still have them. I can't imagine the integrity of that burger. But, so people really see this as, history in the making. So
Ryan Stam is the vice president of George Webb. You're going to have to stay up a little later tonight to watch that game, right? I used to live for these late games, and now I'm fighting to stay awake. But the Brewers are playing such exciting baseball. I'm guessing that won't be too hard for people to do tonight.
No, they're unstoppable right now. We saw that last night, and great pitching matchup tonight. Miz will be awesome to watch, so I'm excited.
Are people calling? Are people calling the restaurants, wondering how this all works, and just knowing that we're so close?
Yeah, I mean, people are coming in. Yesterday, I was in a location, and someone called and asked when we're doing it, when we're giving them away. So, I mean, people, there's a buzz out there for sure about it. So it's fun. I mean, we got to have fun with this. It's a lot of work and stress for everybody, but in the end, this is part of history, and we want to be a part of it, and we want to make it fun.
Ryan, I'm not sure who was in your position back in 1987 when this thing clicked for the first time, but I noted that about 168,000 free hamburgers were handed out. Is there any sort of projection even in your mind? Like how do you, when you say free hamburgers, right, to everybody in the area, come down from wherever you are, how do you begin to try and figure out just how many people will cash in?
Yeah, that's tough. Luckily, we have some numbers from 2018, which was well over 100,000 hamburgers. So I think it's going to be, that many or more. 2018 was an odd year. They won 12 in a row going into the playoffs. So that was a little bit of an odd year.
Yes.
But yeah, we're projecting over 100,000. There's no doubt about it. And we'll be ready for that.
Back in 2018, were there people just waiting in line before the doors even opened for these free burgers?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we'll announce a date, but people are lined up out the door. It's crowd control, but it's fun. Like, people are having fun. They can come in, sit down, have their burger in the store, and people watch. That's great. So it's a fun experience. It's a fun time, and the team's awesome. It's fun to watch.
Well, it is amazing. So how many locations now? I know it's all southeastern Wisconsin, primarily Milwaukee County, but some on the outside.
Yep, 27 locations.
Okay.
So, yep, and we're ready. We all met this morning, and we're ready to go.
Well, people are going to drive from all over the place, right? Can people come up from Illinois, or do we want to keep them down
we'll see about that.
south of the border?
We'll serve them. We'll be good to them.
I want to tell you a funny story here. So my grandfather worked in the banking industry back in Wauwatosa, First Wisconsin Bank, right in the village of Tosa. Had a beautiful bank location. It's now very different, of course. And he was approached by somebody who wanted to get into the restaurant franchising business. And he came in and said, look, he was going to help him with financing. He said, I'd like you to be a partner with me, too, if you're interested in this. And my grandfather said no, because he didn't envision anything ever outdoing George Webb in the state of Wisconsin or the city of Milwaukee. It turns out McDonald's did pretty well for themselves overall.
Right.
But the connection to the community with George Webb and those who knew George Webb, and this is probably the early 50s,
Sure.
so George Webb was establishing itself.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing story of our family history with
it's
that.
truly a neighborhood restaurant, right? I mean, it's counter seating. You're going to sit next to your neighbor there. You're going to join them for breakfast and coffee and read the newspaper and be together. So it's still that neighborhood feel today.
Real quickly, Ryan, we have a fan who is asking if they win tonight, but then lose tomorrow and then rally and get 12 more if it's free burgers again this season.
We'll have to see about that. I got the same question today. I was unsure how to answer it, but that would be something. We have to make some decisions at that point.
Okay.
So
Well,
we'll see.
We'll see.
They've already got a 9-gamer and now an 11-gamer, so they might test the options here.
Right,
For
exactly.
sure.
Yep.
Ryan, this is so much fun. Thank you for coming in. We'll look for that free burger date, and we'll be there. We'll be lined up. I love free
Great
burgers
stuff
from
from
Webb's.
George
Any
Webb.
burger from Webb's. Ryan Stam joining us here, Vice President for George Webb Restaurants. It's 2:25. We've got news coming up in just a few minutes.
The One Big Beautiful Bill spans over 800 pages and introduces provisions and policy shifts that could impact your taxes in retirement. It marks a significant overhaul of the government's role across multiple sectors. As the implications unfold, questions abound. Annex Wealth Management is hosting a webinar to address these concerns. Join us Wednesday, July 23rd at noon for a free webinar. We'll explore the latest updates and open the chat for your questions. It's a valuable learning opportunity for everybody. Register today at annexwealth.com/events.
For senior living where comfort meets community, welcome to the Waters of Pewaukee, an experience designed with you in mind. Enjoy beautiful, spacious apartments, chef-prepared meals, and enriching daily activities that bring joy and purpose. Whether it's independent living, assisted care, or memory support, you'll find a compassionate staff, modern amenities, and the peace of mind you deserve at the Waters of Pewaukee. You're not just moving in, you're coming home. Schedule a tour and learn more today at thewaters.com.
Paying you to live more comfortably, a deal you do not want to pass up. Vince Vetrano for USA Insulation. They will insulate your walls from the exterior. No disruption inside your home. Blow in loose fiberglass in the attic, plus air seal everything. Most homeowners feeling a difference within 24 to 48 hours. And with government rebates, you could save 40 to 60% or more. No work for you to do. USA Insulation will process everything. Visit usainsulation.net. Start saving today.
USA Insulation.
Hey, Wisconsin, are you feeling summer? Then it's time to feel cheesy. It's time to feel good. July 31st through August 10th, only at the Wisconsin State Fair. Presented by U.S. Cellular.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and progressive.com.
Hey, boaters!
From fishing to water sports and everyday essentials like anchors and life jackets, along with an incredible selection of hardware, Kendall Marine is a boater's paradise. This is Dave Doro, and our endless selection of boating parts and accessories all but assure you one-stop shopping for all your boating needs. And that's why boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendall Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendall Marine. We've got everything you need but the water. Boaters.
This is Dave Doro from Kendor Marine. And if you're a boater and you haven't been here, ask around. And I think some of your boater buddies will tell you you're missing out. Because at Kendor Marine, we have everything you need but the water. And when you get here, you'll know that's no exaggeration. So get in the know, because boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We've got everything you need but the water.
Hey, Milwaukee, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Are you feeling lucky? Find your next big win during Calder's Summer Savings Event. This weekend only, hurry in store to Calder's and draw your discount. Save 60%, 65%, or 70% on furniture and mattresses. And every day, one lucky shopper will pull a golden ticket worth $3,000 in-store credit. I just shopped at Calder's. They've got the best showrooms, they've got the best salespeople, and this is the most exciting way to save on furniture and mattresses, and it's happening only at Calder's from Friday, July 25th to Monday, July 28th. That's 4 days to draw your own discount or one of 4 golden tickets and a free shopping spree at Kohlder's. Wow. Plus, Kohlder's offers exclusive savings on appliances you just won't find anywhere else. They guarantee the best price. Hurry in store to any one of 4 locations in the Milwaukee area during Kohlder's summer savings event. Save big on furniture and mattresses.
Step up to quality furniture. Get more for your money at Kohlder's.
Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Petrano.
Growing tragedy in Bangladesh. An Air Force training plane crashed into a school.
Eric Billstad.
Contract talks remain at an impasse between the Milwaukee County Transit System and the union representing the bus driver.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
And then you're back on the brakes from the zoo interchange all the way to the county line.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ.
It's 2:30. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Tuesday, July 22nd. Your top story. A teen charged with kidnapping a child.
I'm Jessica Tighe, overhauling the rules for small, lightweight aircraft.
81 the high today, 71 your overnight low. Some clouds expected. The heat ramps up on Wednesday. Extreme heat watches in effect, or will be, from Wednesday morning until Thursday night. All of southeastern Wisconsin.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. As calls mount for the Justice Department to release all the Jeffrey Epstein files, a House panel now approved a motion for the GOP chair to subpoena Epstein's co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell. Now the DOJ is also pushing to talk with Maxwell.
It's a stunning announcement from the number 2 in the Justice Department, who previously served as Donald Trump's defense attorney. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche now says he hopes to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell to see if she believes anyone else should be prosecuted. Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend, is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence, and she's the only person other than him to ever be charged with sex trafficking. In a statement earlier this month, the DOJ and FBI said they'd seen no evidence implicating anyone else.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. Severe heat impacting millions across the U.S. this week with dangerous temperatures and humidity in the Midwest and South. Black Sabbath frontman Ozzy Osbourne has died. His family says the British rocker passed away surrounded by love. Ozzy Osbourne was 76. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 2:31. A third suspect faces charges in the kidnapping of a Milwaukee 7-year-old, Jamal White.
This suspect is just twice the child's age. A 14-year-old is accused of abducting Jamal White while attempting to rob the boy's parents. Court Commissioner Katrina Childs Rhodes.
It allegedly happened while you were possessing a weapon.
The 14-year-old faces 4 counts, including kidnapping as party to a crime, taking hostages, and possession of a firearm by a person under 18. Next, a judge will decide if the teen's case gets moved to adult court. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
38-year-old Fabian Johnson and 25-year-old Corey Williams also face kidnapping charges.
A public auction is now underway for the abandoned Milwaukee boat, Deep Thought.
If you've got the right price and a little bit of elbow grease, the 33-foot-long abandoned Milwaukee boat could be yours as a public auction begins. While the county hopes to recoup a $20,000 bid on the boat, Parks Director Guy Smith says while assessing the boat's value,
I would say it's priceless. It's kind of a cool story. It's kind of a cool keepsake. I think it's worth $20,000 or more.
The auction runs until August 5th, and the winning bidder must tow the boat off at their own cost. At All City Towing in Milwaukee, Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
To place a bid and view the inside of the vessel, text BOAT, that's BOAT, to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620.
Well, the FAA announcing just moments ago it's finalized a major overhaul of the rules for small, lightweight aircraft. U.S. Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy making the announcement at EAA AirVenture in Oshkosh.
We're going to remove outdated weight limits on light sport aircraft. We're going to allow properly certified pilots to fly more aircraft, including some aerial work. And this expands what qualifies as light sport, cutting unnecessary regulatory burdens while keeping safety front and center.
The rule marks the most sweeping update to this part of general aviation since 2004.
From Duffy at EAA to Donald Duck. That's right. Longtime maintenance support volunteer Donald Duck tells our partners at NBC 26 he's been going to EAA every year since 1982.
I'm 89 now, and I don't know if when I hit 90 if I'll make it or not, but it's 1 year at a time. So this is something the guy up above is going to tell us.
Way to go. Duck is just one of 88 volunteers who travel from across the country to participate in AirVenture Oshkosh.
Could burgers be coming for those who live in southeastern Wisconsin and maybe beyond?
The folks at George Webb are either getting nervous or excited, or both.
I think it's both. Yeah, we're nervous and excited, but what a great time to be a Brewer fan.
George Webb's VP Ryan Stamm tells Wisconsin's Morning News they'd be proud to offer up the free burgers.
It's something our founder George Webb did since the late 40s with the Braves, and it continued to kind of resonate with us. And, we're huge baseball fans and love the Brewers, and I think it's something that it's part of who we are.
George Webb's will announce more details only if they win tonight. Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
We're talking about that possibility next. Stay close. Sports, traffic, and weather right after this. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:34.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255-368.
At Wisconsin's own AccuNet Mortgage, our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks or the mortgage guys with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Find out how much you can save at accunet.com.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
Let us help you love where you live with new siding from Abbey Home. We can completely transform the entire look of your home and make your house the talk of the town. Our insulated siding is actually a pre-engineered wall system. With 25% of your home being uninsulated studs, adding insulated siding is a huge energy saver. Let's make your house look brand new and save on your energy bills. Right now, get no interest, no payments for 24 months from Abbey Home. If somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl.
The historic Fox and Hound Supper Club near Holy Hill is hiring experienced line cooks. Evening and weekend hours are required. You'll make real money and always be busy. Parents and grandparents, tell your kids. Inquire today. Start next week. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Brewers take on the Mariners tonight in Game 2 of a 3-game series, looking to push their winning streak to 12 straight games. Franchise record is 13. Coverage underway at 8:05 tonight at WTMJ. And the Packers begin training camp on Wednesday. Zach Tom and the Packers agree on a 3-year contract extension worth $88 million.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. A crash on 41 has just made things worse in our construction zone. Right now on 41, it is extremely slow going from about Bradley Road all the way. It's real slow until Mill Road. Lightens up a little bit through Silver Spring Drive. Then it gets really slow again. So just a heads up there. Also, if you're headed the other way on 41, it is a slow down start. Actually, today, look at that. Oh, man. Okay, so it is very slow going right now, right around Swan Boulevard, clears up a little bit around North Avenue, and then it gets really slow again around Curry Park. This is just because of our construction zone. I will say, though, 43 is looking nice for a change. How about that? I'm also noticing, I don't see, DOT doesn't have any crashes listed, but I am seeing some significant slowing on 94. So 94 headed out to the burbs, 94 west from about 16th Street. And then it clears up a little bit past American Family Field.
81 your high today, mainly sunny skies, some clouds rolling in, overnight low 71. Tomorrow hot, high of 95 degrees, heat index upwards of 108. Same goes for Thursday. Heat advisory is in effect on Wednesday and all of Thursday. It's 77 and sunny in Milwaukee at 238. Had a good conversation with former Packers president and CEO. I should say outgoing Packers president and CEO. He still has a couple of days left on the job.
Until Friday.
An official handing of the torch to Ed Policy at the Packers shareholders meeting. A lot of interesting questions. Been around since 2008. Seen a lot with the Packers, including a Super Bowl, transfer from one Hall of Fame quarterback to another, and then one who is a little more up and coming. He's been through a lot, building the Titletown district. But he's got to step down. It's part of the rules here at the age of 70. That's how they structure it in Green Bay. It's where we lead our conversation from earlier today with Mark Murphy.
Mark, if there was not the mandatory retirement age of 70, would you still be president of the Green Bay Packers for a couple more years?
It's a great question. I probably would, quite honestly. But, number one, I knew that the mandatory retirement was in place when I started 17, 18 years ago. And I actually think it's a really good, it's a good thing for organizations. I've seen a lot in my years, just in business and in the NFL, that people stay too long. And, I think this way it kind of forces organizations to have good succession plans. And, I think I'm leaving the Packers in great shape. Ed's ready and he'll do a great job. And, so it's, I think it's good for the organization and it's good for me too. I'm young enough where I can, when I say I'm 70, so I'm not really young, but I still want to stay active and, looking for things that I can do.
You had some interesting times during your time as president and CEO. You had the retirement and unretirement of Brett Favre, the departure of Aaron Rodgers, the COVID-19 pandemic. As you think back, which was the most challenging situation for you to navigate?
I think the Favre retirement, unretirement, one of the main reasons it was within my first few months on the job. I remember early on, Favre announced his retirement, and so we're starting plans. We're going to honor him, and we'll do this and that. And then a few months later, we get a call from Favre. I'll never forget. I remember him, the conversation. He said, "Well, I've got an itch." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He goes, "I'm itching to play. I want to come back." And obviously, we've already installed Aaron Rodgers as a starting quarterback. And so I did learn a valuable lesson. If you're going to replace one Hall of Fame quarterback, it's good to have another Hall of Fame quarterback ready to step in.
Yeah, well navigated there. Yeah, right.
I mean, it
was a difficult, challenging time. The media coverage was, nonstop. And we have what we call an annual tailgate tour. And it just happened to all break right when we were on the tailgate tour. And it was a little overwhelming, quite honestly. So we'd stop at elementary schools and grade schools and high schools and, literally dozens of reporters at every stop. Every question was, what's going on with Favre? What are the Packers going to do? And, but as I look back on it, it was a challenging time, but early in my tenure as president, it forced me to work really closely with not only Ted Thompson, but also Mike McCarthy. And, we were all on the same page. We made a commitment to Aaron Rodgers. We need to stick to it. And then, fortunately, we were able to work out a pretty good trade, with the Jets. And I think part of that, the fact that we went through that adversity, we stayed together, wasn't that long after that. I think in Aaron's third year as a starter that, we ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Speaking of that, I was curious. I mean, more than 17 years in charge. Is there one accomplishment that you are just extra proud of? The Super Bowl, whether it's Titletown or all the playoff appearances. I know that's a tough question to pick one, but is there something that just stands up there among the rest?
Yeah, it's the Super Bowl. It's so hard to win in the NFL, and that was really a special year. I think we were the only, or at least the first sixth seed to win a Super Bowl. So on the road, but everything kind of came together, and it was pretty special time. And the more recent, the hosting the draft here, that was something that was obviously not on the field football related, but something that I thought was really special. And that's another thing, the number of people and the effort and the time that so many people across the organization put into, number one, bidding and convincing the league that we can legitimately host an event like the draft. It was really rewarding to see it all come together.
Portion of our conversation with outgoing Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy. Really interesting stuff. The full conversation online at WTMJ.com, wherever you get your podcasts. We've got our Tech Tuesday coming up after this on WTMJ.
There's a problem if your lawyer is famous for one phone call and a quick settlement. It weakens your position in a negotiation. Another problem is due diligence. That's what trial lawyers conduct when preparing a case. Things like lost wages, lifetime medical costs, and other variables that can't be considered in a quick settlement. In fact, one call and a quick settlement is exactly what the other side wants. Instead, call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service. Visit Habish.com to find out more.
Well, the open road is calling your name. The ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee. Greg Matzek here. The rest of this month, you could burn some major rubber on the custom Harley of your dreams. The Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway is going on this month. They're giving away a Harley. Amazing. Just play with your rewards card the rest of this month. You'll start to gather entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward to play. Fire up your fantasy. Do it at Potawatomi. Hope to see you at the Sportsbook, by the way. More info is online. Must be 21 years or older and a rewards member to play.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, reminding you to double-check your home. Siding Unlimited is the proven exteriors professionals for 31 years. Family-owned and locally operated right here in Wisconsin. Call Siding Unlimited and visit sidingunlimited.com.
Ready for more fun? More friendships? More adventures?
Then it's time to become a Girl Scout. Explore the outdoors, meet forever friends, and make a difference in your community. Sign up for our extended year membership today. Girls can join for $98 and adults for $42. Start in April and enjoy up to 5 extra months of fun. The extended year membership is April 1st, 2025 to September 30th, 2026, followed by a regular membership year. So what are you waiting for? Join us and be a Girl Scout.
It's Tech Tuesday with ABC News technology reporter Mike Dubusky.
We're not sure if he will be a judge in the upcoming AI beauty pageant, but he is our guest every Tuesday on Tech Tuesday.
The latest and greatest in the world of tech.
Tesla's next product, they call it a robo-taxi. These are AR glasses. They're called simply the Frame.
On Wisconsin's Midday News.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, domo.
Well, it's time for Tech Tuesday on a Tuesday edition of Wisconsin's Midday News, our weekly check-in with ABC tech expert. It's Mike Dubusky. Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Doing great. So this week, OpenAI is releasing a Chat GPT agent. What is it, and how will it make my life easier?
Yeah, so this is kind of requires us to understand what an agent means in the context of the artificial intelligence space. And what it means is that an agent is a type of AI that can take action on your behalf. It has agency, in other words. It can order your groceries on Instacart. It can write you out a PowerPoint presentation, for example. And that's in contrast to non-agentic AI technologies that are more limited, right? The ChatGPT that you and I can access right now answers you questions, but it can't go book you a flight or anything like that. An agent goes that next step. It can do things for you. And that's where OpenAI's latest tool enters the picture. ChatGPT Agent, it is a setting within in ChatGPT that the company says can book you a trip on Expedia, it can run code for you, it can create business slideshows and spreadsheets for you. And OpenAI says they were able to do this by mixing together several of their existing technologies, including their deep research tool and a tool they have been working on called Operator, which basically is an AI that can understand what a website looks like and can click around and scroll and enter text boxes and that sort of thing. In that spirit, when you give ChatGPT agent a request, it will actually pull up a little desktop and you can watch it go about its task. So, for example, if you wanted to compare the price of various tables on Wayfair, you can see it pull up this desktop, go to the Wayfair website, type in tables, and then compare based on your criteria. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman says this represents a new level of capability for AI, but he's also warning about a lot of potential risks, guys, saying this is not really intended for high-stakes use cases just yet and probably shouldn't be given access to a ton of personal information.
Speaking of Sam Altman, OpenAI CEO, he called the launch a feel the AGI moment. What exactly does that mean?
Yeah, so this is a reference to artificial general intelligence, which is kind of a loosely defined term, but generally means the moment when AI reaches or surpasses the capability of a human brain, right? And the AI space has been aimed at this for a long time, creating this super intelligent AI. Meta has recently been recruiting a number of people from across the AI space for their super intelligence lab aimed at exactly this issue. And they say that once we achieve AGI, as it's known, you basically kick back and go on vacation and let the computers handle the sort of busy work of everyday life. As I said, it's kind of loosely defined depending on who you ask and when you ask the question. The answer might vary slightly in terms of exactly what defines reaching AGI or achieving AGI. But Sam Altman says that watching ChatGPT agent is a feel the AGI moment, which seems to indicate that this is a step towards that larger goal. But guys, people who have gotten early access to this technology over the last few days have been a little nonplussed, it seems. They have reported back strange, unforced errors that the agent has made, inventing fake Amazon links that don't go anywhere, for example, or putting out janky, very unprofessional-looking PowerPoint slides. You can hook this up to your personal accounts, and it can, summarize your email for you. It can book you a flight if you really want. But generally, the consensus seems to be that this is equivalent to like a day one intern, as The Verge outlined. So maybe you should hold off on giving it some of those sensitive things about yourself.
And check your work, right? I mean, my first thought went to the AI hallucination we had with Google, told you to put glue on your pizza. If I'm booking a flight here to Oahu, I'd like to end up in Hawaii and not Yemen. I want to make sure this thing doesn't do the wrong thing. Make sure to check your work.
Right, absolutely. And OpenAI says that this will come back to you, like the agent will check back in with you before it executes on any of these tasks. But again, the hallucination problem continues to be a major stumbling block. Do we trust that it will actually not, spend $600 on a plane ticket to Yemen when you don't mean it to? That's a continuing problem for this industry. And guys, it's a real interesting problem to solve, because there's been a lot of reporting out there that these companies are kind of running out of material to train their models on, which means that they're going to remain at least as smart as they are right now for the immediate future. That means that there are some real shortcomings to this technology as it stands.
Mike, we also thought about you on Friday because President Trump signed the Genius Act into law, which governs the controversial world of stablecoins. Can you explain what people should know moving forward now that he's actually signed this into law? Yeah, so the Genius Act marks the first major federal law governing the cryptocurrency space, guys. This is a pretty big deal. It's a piece of legislation that, in a bipartisan fashion, passed the House on Thursday and, as you said, was signed by President Trump on Friday. It specifically governs what are known as stablecoins, and these are cryptocurrencies
cryptocurrencies that are tied to the U.S. dollar. They're backed by U.S. currency, and they're designed to be basically a digital crypto equivalent of a dollar. And the function of a stablecoin, essentially, is that we know these larger cryptocurrencies, the Bitcoins and the Ethereums of the world, vary widely in terms of their value, right? They can go up or down at the drop of a hat. They're really unpredictable, but occasionally very lucrative. A stablecoin is basically a place for investors to park their money when they're not trading these more volatile coins. It's a place to basically make sure that your value, your assets, remain in the cryptocurrency space, but they're not necessarily at the beck and call of, a change in policy from the federal government or a tweet from Elon Musk. The Genius Act makes it easier for companies and organizations to issue these stable coins, these more stable cryptocurrencies. Really, it's an effort to regulate a part of the asset market that has largely gone unregulated to this point. There is a degree of this that kind of remains to be written, where it will take some time before the public sees any changes that are outlined in this bill. After President Trump signed this law on Friday, federal regulators are now in a 6-month period to come up with kind of specific regulations that will govern the process of getting stable coins to market. But there's also a lot of kind of questions around this. For one, the Trump administration is run by President Trump, who is closely associated with the Trump Organization. It bears his name. That is a major investor in the cryptocurrency space, and ethics advocates have argued that this family could stand to benefit greatly from this change in policy. However, the larger concern here, guys, is that this effectively allows companies to ignore traditional banking regulations and act as their own bank, right? If Walmart issues Walmart coin, then, that's Walmart's currency, and it is at the beck and call of Walmart. Experts and students of history have warned that this is exactly the type of thinking that precluded major financial disasters in the past, including the 1929 Depression and the 2008 recession.
And for those who don't think this industry is going anywhere, the market cap on stablecoin is like $262 billion. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of money tied up in this. We were looking at this last week. We had no idea how many different forms of crypto there were.
Bonk.
There's bonk. There's all sorts of different things. And we kind of got an education last week on a very interesting stuff. Always interesting to connect with Mike Dubusky, our tech expert on a Tech Tuesday. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Of course, guys. Take care.
Yep, good to check in with Mike Dubusky as always.
And we do have some breaking news up at EAA in Oshkosh. Fans tell us the show was paused after an aircraft mishap. Not sure yet exactly what happened. The newsroom is working to find that out right now. But emergency responders rushed up. I do know that there's a plane in the grass next to the runway. I did have somebody just send me a picture right now. The show did just resume. It was paused for about 15 minutes, so hopefully no injuries there. But we were just talking about it yesterday, talking with Dick Napinski about safety and everything that they do, because you have a lot of people there. You have a lot of people coming in, flying in, and of course the show as well. So hopefully no injuries, but we do know that there was something that happened, some aircraft mishap that did force the show to stop for about 15 minutes, but it has now resumed.
We'll stay on top of it here on WTMJ. Wisconsin's Afternoon News is next.
It's your girl Noni Juice for Sweet Talks. Self-love isn't selfish. Feeling confident improves all aspects of your character. And no one understands that quite like Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Step into their judgment-free zone.